interrupt our regular programming to bring you this special sports presentation.
All right, it's game day. You only got one job to do. That's win. That means you stay focused for 4 quarters. Know your assignments and finish on every play. Don't be looking for shortcuts, and don't even think about making excuses. Because if you want the W, you're going to have to earn it.
It's a picture-perfect Friday night just outside the Catoctin Mountains as the Cougars look for their first win at home this season. They take on the Boonesboro Warriors. The Warriors are 2-1. The Cougars are 1-2 overall. Great to have you with us on Cool Oldies 1450 and the Frederick County Sports Connection with our entire crew and Coach Rick Little. I'm Ryan Pierce. What a perfect night for some high school football. The scenery could not be better tonight, Coach.
It's always nice up here at Catoctin. You look out over the mountainside. Temperatures dropping to a comfortable 76 degrees. Should be perfect here once the lights come on, the sun goes down. And when you're dealing with small schools like this, you have a lot of personnel that play both ways. You kind of like that temperature a little bit lower, the humidity lower, so you don't have those cramping issues.
A couple of Class 1A teams. The Cougars this year are 1-2. They're in the North Region. Boonesboro, they're 2-1. It's senior day as well for the Cougars, so good-sized crowd. You got the pictures of all the senior football players and senior cheerleaders. Great night of celebration.
Yeah, and add to that, homecoming.
Homecoming, of course.
They also
yes.
did the homecoming. They did the parade up through town. It's a big to-do here in Thurmont. The community really supports the team. The Emmitsburg-Thurmont community shows out for these young men. So, yeah, these guys want to put on a good show for the fans that made it out tonight.
Let's talk about the road team first. Boonesboro, they're coming off a blowout win against Brunswick. They looked fantastic in that first half.
Yeah, they are really good. They did lose to a very, very strong Middletown team week 1, but since then they put on 40 points on Mountain Ridge and 40 points plus on Brunswick. They are an explosive offense, and, somehow Catoctin needs to try to slow them down. Great execution. They run a little wing tee type stuff out of the shotgun, a lot of deception. So Catoctin needs to be on their toes and really needs to be aggressive at that line of scrimmage.
About 5 or 6 different backs get touches each game for this Boonesboro team, but there's 2 that really stand out. It's Parker DeBall and Jaden King. They get a bulk of the touches. DeBall seems to be the speeder back, gets to the outside, while King is mostly between the tackles.
Yeah, King will line up in what we will call the fullback position, typically behind or directly beside the quarterback in the short shotgun. The ball is a wing back, slot back, comes back in motion a lot, and like you said, just tries to get the edge, and then they throw the ball to those 2 gentlemen too, out in the space. Had some big plays both in the running game and passing game last week against Brunswick.
They sure do throw them out to the running backs. The stat that really pops, the Warriors averaging nearly 200 rushing yards per game. Boonesboro has 280 more rushing yards this year than their opponents. On the flip side, the Cougars, they do have a win. It was on the road against Clark County. In their 2 losses, one against Governor Thomas Johnson, which we covered here on Cool Oldies 1450, and Williamsport, just 13 points combined in those games. Their defense is pretty good, especially for the size of the team. The offense is what's still coming along.
And that will be the challenge tonight. Catoctin needs to score some points. Boonesboro is averaging 30 points per game, so Catoctin's offense needs to try to keep up somehow, because you cannot expect their defense to shut the Warriors out.
We saw sophomore quarterback Chase Krager on the opening game. He looked pretty good, just his 3rd season overall as a quarterback, of course, his first year as a starter, as a good arm, good pocket presence. Tonight, though, he's going to be tested against a good team.
Yeah, and the coaching staff really will need to mix plays up. Might have to, what we call the offense opposite what you typically do. When you're expecting them to run, you might want to pass. When you're expecting them to pass, you might want to run, just to try to take some pressure off Chase.
The two teams are coming out, and you notice it very quickly. Obviously, a much bigger, just in terms of the number of players roster that Boonesboro has. For Catoctin, smaller roster in size, so it's interesting hearing from the coaching staff about how much conditioning they do in the offseason, because they have, about 9 players who go both ways, I believe.
Yeah, 9 players will see action on both sides of the ball. In fact, one of those is the quarterback for Boonesboro, and you're going to hear us refer to him as number 33, because before this year he was not a quarterback. He was a running back, defensive back, and they moved him to quarterback, but he wanted to keep his favorite number, 33.
That's Blake Main. He's been really good this year. 5 touchdown passes, no picks. That's pretty good for a running back turned quarterback. 15 for 26 for 316 yards as Catoctin is running out onto the field. He's a junior, 6'1", so good height. I mean, he's got the size of a quarterback, and clearly he can run the football too, being a former running back. A dangerous player who's really grown into that new position.
Yep, and I think this Boonesboro offense will go as far as he can take them, because those other skill positions, they're experienced, they have good blocking, but if he just doesn't make the big mistake, Boonesboro's going to win a lot of football games.
We have the national anthem coming up, so we'll take a break. When we come back, the opening kickoff on Cool Oldies 1450 and the Frederick County Sports Connection.
American Legion Post 168 in Thurmont is amazing. Not only do they support local high school sports on the radio, but they have great food, great fun, and they constantly serve our community in so many ways. Check out their Facebook page, American Legion Post 168, to find out about their exciting events. And be sure to say thank you for supporting our local community. And don't you forget to say thank you every time you see them for their selfless sacrifice in military service to our country. Thanks, American Legion Post 168. We salute you.
I want to tell you about a hidden gem on the Golden Mile in Frederick, Bargain Bin. Bargain Bin is located on Waverly Drive off West Patrick Street behind the District 40 shopping mall. The name says it all. A bargain is when you pay less for something you usually pay more for. A bin is a large container with a bargain inside. Put the two together and you get Bargain Bin. Everything you need for less in an easy-to-find location. So what are you waiting for? Stop throwing your money away at those big box stores or online. Check out Bargain Bin today. Open 7 days a week. Bargain Bin has the brands you love at a fraction of the price. You'll discover something new every time you go there. It's like stumbling over a gold mine on the Golden Mile. See what your friends are saying about Bargain Bin on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Bargain Bin, the secret is out. Shopping has never been easier, more fun, and more affordable. Bargain Bin is a proud sponsor of the Timinator mid-morning weekdays from 9 to noon.
We're set for Friday Night Lights here from Catoctin High School and Cool Oldies 1450. Ryan Pierce with our crew and Coach Rick Little. The players are ready. They're on the field, and we're set to go, Coach, for a fun night.
Beautiful evening. Justin Pezos set to kick off for Boonesboro. He kind of likes to place the ball around the 20-yard line, look for him to aim for the numbers.
Pesos will be kicking from left to right. Boonesboro in their road whites, Catoctin in their home dark blues with the baby blue helmets. And we're ready for action. Here's the kickoff on the far side of the field. Returner up to the 20 and tackled at the 25. A flag comes out late on the first play of the game.
That was a nice deep kick there by Boonesboro. Justin got a good foot in that one down to the 10, and looked like at the point of attack was the flag.
We're waiting for the official to give the word. It looks like a face mask is the call, so an early break for Catoctin, as that'll be marched up, I believe, out to near the 40-yard line. Good field position for the Cougars to take over on their first drive of the game, working right to left.
Yep, let's see if they can get the running game going early. Their leading rusher, Quentin Thompson, 28 carries, 102 yards on the season, averaging 3.6 yards per carry.
That is the top weapon for the Cougars on a gorgeous night, mid-70s, sun in the back, lights turned on, not in full effect yet. Nice crowd below us. Huge student section to our left for the Cougars. Working right to left in their dark blues. There's a flip to Thompson left side. He's tripped up the line, falls forward on his right shoulder to the 41-42, picked up maybe a couple.
Boonesboro's defense almost looks like a 5-3 front, 8 men in the box. They're going to challenge Catoctin to pass the football.
You look at their roster, their top, I would say 4 out of their top 6 tacklers are all linebackers. They're listed as linebackers, but they play on the line. They can play in the secondary. Very versatile. Player to watch out for, Logan Atkinson, 22 tackles, wearing number 15 right in the center. Yeah, there's a lot. There's at least 8-9 players in the box to turn the handoff to the back, and he's hit at the line, maybe lost a yard, and it brings up 3rd and 10 from the 40.
Brody Honeycutt penetration. And it looked like it talked about linebackers. There's about 5 of them on the field right now for Boonesboro, surrounding those 3 defensive linemen.
Saw Brody Honeycutt with that tackle, his 2nd tackle for a loss this year. Elijah Weddle, Logan Atkinson, Sam Elliott, Jaden Pug. They're all out there playing linebackers with 3 down linemen, and then they bring linebackers up to the line. 3rd and 9 from the 41. Back to the line of scrimmage. One's the back, 3 receivers left side for the quarterback. Kreger takes a snap, looks left. The sophomore rolls to his right, still looking, has time. Nobody open. Kreger is hit and pushed out of bounds. It'll be a sack and loss of 5. Bring it up.
Honeycutt a gun again on the play, running Krieger to the sidelines and out of bounds.
Defensive stop for Boonesboro on their first defensive possession. They sack Chase Kreger, the sophomore, only his 3rd year playing quarterback. He's got a lot of talent, great player to build a program around. That time, though, nobody open, and he took the sack going out of bounds. So at the 35, 4th and 15, set to punt is Catoctin. The punter's back at the 21 on the far hash. He takes a snap. Parker's kick is up. DeBall to return their running back, bounces the 41, rolls to the ball at the 35. He sprints straight up the middle, breaks 1 tackle, and spun down on the light baby blue C at midfield for Catoctin. That's Parker DeBall, their top running back, who we'll see in just a second, returning for about 15.
Yeah, he is a dangerous returner / running back. Picked that ball up on the bounce. Near midfield, great position for Boonesboro, their offensive drive.
The Boonesboro offense comes out of that wing T. They average 200 rushing yards per game. Parker DeBall leads them in the backfield along with Jaden King. Handoff goes up the middle. It is, I believe, King in between the tackles. Down the right hash mark, picks up 9. Bringing up 2nd and short.
Cleaning into the 2nd level, and defensive back Lucas Davis there to make the play after a solid 10-yard gain.
Parker DeBall, 192 yards rushing this year. King has 149. King had 2 rushing touchdowns last season. He's the bigger back, 6 feet tall. DeBall 5'8". DeBall, the speedster, goes to the outsides. King stays between the tackles. Both are in the backfield. The handoff's a fake, and now a give to DeBall. He sweeps to the outside. Stutter steps and cuts back down the hash marks to the 35, where he's tossed to the turf after picking up about 6.
Good moves by Parker to make some yards on that play, actually 5 or 6.
First possession of the game for the Boonesboro Warriors. No score. 9:20 left first quarter. On the far hash, Blake Main, running back turned quarterback in the shotgun. To his right is King. To his left is DeBall. The fake to DeBall. Rolling is Main. Lobs it down the right side, and it's off the fingertips of the receiver. The ball out of the backfield. Incomplete.
Good pressure there by Catoctin. Numbers 45. I don't have a 45. Maybe it was
Third down.
Maybe it was 55, Devin Phillips.
Yeah, I believe you're right there,
Tracking
Coach.
them down, putting pressure on, brings up third down on the incomplete pass.
Great work by the nose tackle, Devin Phillips. 3rd and 4, a chance to get off the field for Catoctin potentially. Main shotgun, 6'1" tall quarterback on the far hash, ball down at the 36. And a flag comes out. It's a false start. And dead ball foul goes against the Boonesboro Warriors. So there's another break for Catoctin. Brings up 3rd and 9 for the Warriors. Maybe the crowd, the noise getting into their heads a little bit there.
It looked like they were trying to change the original play. They brought a man in motion, and I think the tight end on the near side, I think they're asking for an explanation because the man that was in motion turned around and went back in motion, and really the offensive line wasn't set yet, so I'm not exactly sure what they thought they saw, but they're going with it.
9:07 left first quarter. First drive of the game for Boonesboro. Catoctin went 3 and out on their first drive. Warriors on the far hash mark. With the mountains in the background, the Catoctin Mountains, there is not a better setting for high school football in the area. It's impossible. Maybe anywhere. It's just a stunning environment. Main the shotgun. Drops back, looks down the field, pass up the middle, going down to his knees and unable to scoop it up. It's Edward Bokey, who had a touchdown last week, and it brings up 4th and 9.
And again, with a defensive lineman in his face, looked like Peyton Evans forced that ball to be low.
Nicely,
Boonesboro's set to punt.
nicely done there by Peyton Evans, one of the couple nose tackles, and good job by Catoctin. Their defense has been pretty good this year, and it shows here. It's a fake punt. Quarterback dumps it off into the flat, and it's caught, but will he have enough for a first down? Lunging forward, and he's got it. It's Parker DeBall who caught the pass from the quarterback Maine, who was off to the right of the punter, dumped it off to DeBall, who runs for the first.
Yeah, Blake is the quarterback / punter, so that was design fake. Parker DeBall out of the backfield as a blocker into the flats. Just enough to move the chains for a Boonesboro first down.
That's the benefit of having a quarterback and a punter all in one. You can do plays like that. 1st and 10 from the 30. 8:43 left, working left to right in their opponent's territory. Flip out to King. Off the left tackle. Outside the numbers. Being tossed and turned and finally pulled out of bounds. Maybe earned 1 yard there. Great hustle by Catoctin to gain tackle King out of bounds.
Yeah, and just great play at the line of scrimmage. Just kept stringing that play out to the sidelines, give them no running alleys up the field. Short gain of 1, maybe 2 at the most on the play.
2nd and 9 from the 29. Boonesboro needs to reach the 20. Snap right up the middle. It goes to King. King barrels forward, lowers his shoulder, pulled down, hip high at the 24. Pick it up 5, bring it up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, good counter action there. They faked the speed sweep to the motion back and handed it to the fullback King and quickly to the line of scrimmage.
In between the hash marks, in the shotgun, is Maine. To his right is DeBall and King. Maine with 2 tight ends to right the snap. He'll keep it himself straight up the middle. It's actually the running back. Leaps over the pile. He's short of the first down. Had to reach the 20. Landed at the 21. And once again, 4th and short coming up for Boonesboro.
Yeah, it was a full backfield. 3 running backs and a quarterback, and a direct snap to Parker DeBall off the right side. Just a yard shy. Good play by that front 3 of the Cougars defense.
So 4th and 1 from the 21. In the shotgun is Maine. Left to right, in motion, right to left as the ball. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, lowers the helmet. Somersaults past the first down to the 18 to move the chains.
And that's well executed. What the quarterback does on that play is he's riding that running back, reading the middle linebacker. If the middle linebacker flies out with the running back, quarterback keeps it and runs up through that vacated spot.
Worked out perfectly. First down, 6:50 long drive. 6:50 left to go in the first quarter, I should say. At the 16 Snap to Maine, looking right, passes towards the 10, and it's caught, hit quickly. It's the receiver, but not before picking up a first. The pitch and catch goes to number 17, Nathan Bosnick, who also scored a touchdown last week off a fumble recovery. And it's first and goal from the 8 for Boonesboro.
A little turn-in pattern, triples right formation. Blake Nathan just turned in.
Bosnick on the outside along with the ball, rolling to
Got
that
him in
side.
deep in the
His
end
main
zone.
passes to the end zone, gets past the defender, and it's caught for a touchdown. Touchdown for Boonesboro. Eli Weddle plucked it in for the score. Maine threads the needle just past the fingertips of the defender, and Weddle pulled it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you're that close to the end zone, all your passes are tight windows. Blake zipped that one through to number 11 for the touchdown.
So Weddle puts Boonesboro on top first. That's his first touchdown this season, the 6th passing touchdown for Blake Maine. Here's a hold. The kick is up on the extra point from Justin Pezos, and it is wide. No good. So after converting on 2 fourth downs, long drive for Boonesboro, they score 6 with 6:26 left to go in the first. Let's see if Catoctin can respond on Cool Oldies 1450.
Country Kitchen, home cooking in a down-home atmosphere. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everyone eats at Thurmont Country Kitchen, conveniently located just off Route 15 on Water Street in downtown Thurmont. Stop by today and check out their mouth-watering chicken and waffles or one of their signature sandwiches piled high with fabulous fixins. And don't forget their legendary roasted chicken. Thurmont Country Kitchen. Let owners Rob and Sherry cook you a meal you won't soon forget. Thurmont Country Kitchen. We put the K in country because that's our style.
For the second week in a row, the Warriors from Boonesboro score first. They lead the Jackson 6-0 after converting twice on 4th down. Now let's see what the Cougars can do in response. At home tonight, on homecoming, here's a return straight up the middle. Tackle made at the 25. And Catoctin takes over from there in their dark blue uniforms, baby blue helmets. They have some of the better looking uniforms, I think, in the area, too. Let's see what the Cougars can do in response.
Kind of reminds you of the North Carolina Tar Heels when they wear their dark blue.
Everybody loves that baby blue color. They look sharp next to the backdrop of the mountains. It's a pretty picture, but Catoctin has work to do because Boonesboro is such a fast-starting team, and once again, they're on top early.
Yep, you've got to try to keep up offensively.
That's Chase Krager's responsibility. The quarterback with his receiver, Tyler McCallion, in motion behind him. Handoff goes to the left side. It's Thompson who tried to angle off the left tackle, and he was roped to the ankles and pulled down after maybe picking up one.
Logan Atkinson and Evan Tall make the play.
Logan Atkinson, one of the fullest stat sheets you'll find after 3 weeks. 22 tackles, 2 sacks, and 2 tackles for a loss. Such a tough middle linebacker. It's a group of linebackers that is just loaded with talent.
Yep, they just flouted the ball. I was watching in the pregame warm-ups, and they were reading keys of pulling guards and such, following the guards.
Krager shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers down low, 1 up top. It goes to the running back off the left guard, and he is swallowed up at the line of scrimmage, disappearing under the white uniforms. And 3rd and long coming up.
Big Austin Dinsmore, 6'2", 290, from his nose guard position. And this is exactly what Catoctin does not want to do offensively, is they run on 1st and 2nd down and then force to pass the ball on 3rd down. Boonesboro is expecting such things.
A carbon copy of the first possession that started at the 40, 2 short runs and a sack. Let's see what Krager can do on this possession. 3 backs behind him. Snap rolls to his right. Under pressure, escapes it. Looking down the field, lobs to the sideline, and it goes to the bench of Boonesboro. Incomplete, 4th and 9, and once again Catoctin is facing a punt.
Yeah, that was 2 fly patterns, 1 on each side. Full backfield trying to protect the quarterback. Still a lot of pressure from Boonesboro. forces him to throw it away.
The elusive DeBall is set to return as
Colton Gray.
Yeah, Colton Gray getting set to punt. Gray had a couple runs already today for no gain. He's back at his own 13, 14-yard line. The ball around midfield. Here's the snap, the kick, low line drive. That might actually play. It actually goes to the near side to Jaden Poog, who tries to go on reverse. Far side 40, 35, 30. Down the sideline, tackled at the 26. And great field position as Paul has a 24-yard return to put Boonesboro in a good spot.
Well executed punt return. Boonesboro set the wall in front of their bench. Even though Paul caught the ball on this side, the near side, he was able to get around that far corner all the way down to the Cougars' 26-yard line.
Now a Boonesboro team who scored the first 28 points and did it in 14 minutes last week against Brunswick. It's their second drive, leading 6-0, 4:38 left in the first quarter. Boonesboro is 2-1, Catoctin's 1-2. Ball in the far hash mark, quarterback Blake Main in the shotgun. Running back split off to the right, Main takes it straight up Main Street, falls forward to the 20, picking up 6.
Yeah, and that's that speed sweep that he's reading, pulled it, and took up right through the middle.
Instead of giving it Parker to ball, Main takes it straight up the gut, picking up 5, 2nd and 5 from the 20, maybe 2nd and 4. At the edge of the red zone, Main shotgun, fakes a handoff, rolls left, looking towards the end zone, lobs it end zone, and it's knocked down, incomplete. Fantastic play by the defensive back, Connor Dodson, reaching up and knocking it down.
Yep, it looked like the receiver was open. The ball was maybe a little underthrown, a little flat. Dotson, a great effort to get up there and knock it down with his right hand.
Now the big spot for Catoctin. Can they get off the field? They could not on that first drive.
Yeah, 4-down territory, big challenge for the Cougars. They got to get something tight right here on 3rd and 4.
From the 20, far hash, shotgun to Main. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right, tight end down right 2. Main snap, fakes a handoff, gives it back up the middle. It is to a back, it goes to the ball, who earns a 5 or 6 yards in the pickup and moves the chain.
It's counter crisscross. They fake the ball to the motion back who's coming across on the speed sweep. Then an inside handoff to the opposite wing, going right back to where that first motion man came from. Nice blocking.
Watching Boonesboro's offense like watching a magician, the sleight of hand. You got to watch the ball where if you can, but it's so tough to keep track of sometimes. As Main shotgun snap, this time it does go to King off the right tackle with blockers in front of him, cuts back 10, gets to the outside, into the end zone, touchdown Jaden King. He scored twice last week, has one already.
Flag.
We'll see if this comes back though. Flag middle of the field at about the 10.
Yep, I caught it called. Got a holding call in the middle of the line. Boonesboro had a guy down. He's limping. Let's keep an eye on him. Is that number 11? Yes. He's trying to get off the field. Now he's sat down.
That is Eli Weddle, who had the touchdown reception on the first drive. So Weddle's being attended to by the training staff. 3:38 left, 6-0. Boonesboro is leading. We'll go ahead and break and come back and check in on Weddle here on Cool Oldies 1450.
Amber Hill Therapy Centers, our goal is to provide you with a customized treatment plan using advanced physical therapy and occupational therapy methods and technology. With offices conveniently located in Thurmont and throughout Frederick County, Amber Hill Therapy Centers specializes in sports injuries and sports rehab, back pain, post-surgical rehab, and more. We accept all major insurance plans. Amber Hill Therapy Centers treats patients of all ages who receive care from our highly skilled therapists and staff. For more information on Amber Hill Therapy Centers, check out our website at amberhillpt.com. Amber Hill Therapy Centers, where the patients come first.
Amber Hill Therapy Center is a proud sponsor of Frederick County High School athletics on the radio.
So the touchdown is waved off. Now from the 18, Boonesboro goes to work, leading 6-0, 3:38 left. Main the snap, far hash fakes, passes up the middle, leaping up and making the catch and diving forward to the 4 is one of their top targets, Edward Bokey. His second reception today. Had a touchdown last week.
Yep. Lined up at the wing and just a straight shot down the field. The ball gets thrown over the linebackers' heads after a little play-action fake.
Now first and goal inside the 5. Approaching 3 minutes left first quarter. Direct snap to the running back. The ball straight up the gut. Pushes forward. Trying to push the pile. He's not going to reach the end zone, but he's close. Down at about the 1.
Yeah, just inside the 1 again. They go that tight formation. 3 backs in front of Parker. Parker with the direct snap, and looks like Boonesboro's going to do it again as quickly as they can.
Once again, the Wildcat with those 3 blockers in front of the ball. He's lined up behind the center, off to his right, takes a snap, now hands it to King, who goes off the left tackle, somersaults into the end zone for a touchdown. There's a score from Jaden King. This time there's no flags, and it's 12-0 Boonesboro.
Yeah, just to break the trends there, that direct snap to Parker, and he handed off to the fullback King, back to the left side, touchdown.
2:47 left in the first. So far, no problems for Boonesboro. They started that drive at the 26 after a 24-yard kick return from Jaden Pug. Handoff to the outside, going for 2, and no problem there for King. Off the right tackle between the numbers and the hash marks, and King sidesteps into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 14-0. Once again, Boonesboro cooking early, leading Catoctin. 2:47 left to go in the first on Cool Oldies 1450.
Landscaping, locally owned and operated for over 50 years. Winner 9 years in a row for the best of the best in Frederick County. Let our professionally trained staff of certified landscapers transform your yard from a dream to reality. Hawkins Landscaping specializes in elegant and inviting outdoor environments. If you're looking to create, upgrade, or revitalize your outdoor space, call Hawkins Landscaping today at 3...
Back here in Cool Oldies 1450, returner to the near side for Catoctin at the 25, leaps back to the 28, tackled hip high around the 30. Nice return there on the near side, and Catoctin takes over just inside their own 30.
Tyler McAllen on that return. Hash mark on the far side, all the way across the field. Good blocking. Decent field position for Catoctin. Now they need to change their play calling a little bit, mix things up.
Catoctin, their 2 losses, just 13 points, and that was the question we asked at the top, Coach. Can they get that offensive spark to stick with Boonesboro? They got the crowd behind them, huge student section to our left, so impressive here on homecoming, and another smaller one to our right, nearly all in hunting gear, camouflage outfits. Pitch out to the outside, tossed and turned and thrown in the backfield is the running back, as it went out to Levi Meissner for a touch, giving him a chance, and he can't get back to the line.
Yep, a little counter action there. Boonesboro staying at home. Logan Atkinson shows up right where the ball is again.
A tackle machine. Logan Atkinson gobbles up the offenses, and he's got a couple tackles for a loss now as it's 2nd and 11. Krager, shotgun, star sophomore quarterback. A lot on his shoulders tonight. 3 receivers up top, including his top target, Lane Code. Maybe that's where he goes with 1 receiver down low. Krager looks to his left, claps his hands, takes a snap, drops back, has a pocket, now rolls to his left, passes left, tipped and incomplete, going across and unable to pull it in was his intended target, Lucas Davis.
And there should be a flag. Yeah, illegal formation. They had too many men on the line of scrimmage. 2 of the wide outs were both at the line of scrimmage, right in front of the referee. And that play there looked like a little too many receivers in one area. I wasn't sure who he was throwing to, the fly pattern or the crossing pattern.
So I said the crossing pattern. The PA broadcaster said the fly pattern. That would have been Connor Dodson. Probably was somewhere in between. Both were within about a yard of the football.
Yeah,
and it went
which
incomplete.
you don't want to have.
No. means extra coverage, traffic, dangerous. And now it's 3rd and 11. I believe Boonesboro declined the penalty.
No.
Oh, they've changed their mind. Okay. We'll walk it back.
5 yards.
Yeah, we saw them. They had changed the down marker, so we were assuming they were moving to 3rd, but now we got it all straight.
2nd and 14, or 16 rather, from the 24 near Hashbark. Krager in the shotgun, 2 receivers up top and a pair down low. His back Thompson behind him. Snap, Krager, pressure, runs out, takes it straight up the middle, slides to safety at the 30, and from the back judge, a yellow flag soars through the air and lands near the tackle.
And yes, the quarterback did go down. He slid. I think he almost slid right into the defender's feet, who then fell on top of him. And they're going to call a late hit.
4 penalties on Boonesboro. It's their only negative mark right now, as they've just made some crucial penalties. They haven't come back to hurt them on the scoreboard yet, but not something you want to see.
Yeah, and this one again is going to set Catoctin up in great field position to continue this drive almost out to their 45-yard line.
If you're a coach, you go to halftime, you're up by a couple touchdowns. Is the first thing you talk about the lead or the penalties? Your coach Wadle.
You talk about the penalties first, and then you get back to the positives, so
I like
the kids
it.
come out in the right frame of mind.
That's good thinking. That's good thinking. I think that's like CEO talk, too. That's the way to go. Hand off to the outside, and again disrupted in the backfield. It was Levi Meisner, and he was completely disrupted, losing 4. Once again, these, 4 or 5 linebackers are out there every play for Boonesboro, untouched going into the offensive backfield.
Yeah, and that's Logan again. He's moving. I'm watching him move side to side on the field based on formation. He goes to the wide side, open side.
Under a minute left to go, first quarter, 14-0. Boonesboro leading Catoctin. The Cougars working right to left, 2nd and 14. Krager rolling left, looking down the field. 4 white jerseys around him. One stripped it away. It's on the turf. Who's got it? Boonesboro pointing in their direction. Odds are they picked it up, and that is the call. Sack, strip, fumble, recovery. Boonesboro, they take over at the Catoctin 36.
Jaden Paul on the track, chasing down quarterback Krieger. Rather than even going for the tackle, he just reached in with 2 hands and knocked the ball to the turf, recovered by a teammate for Boonesboro. Great field position at the Cougars' 36-yard line.
Yeah, feel for Krager there. It was him in 4 white uniforms. You could tell his mental clock was ticking. He knew there was pressure, trying to buy his receivers just a bit more time to get open. Unfortunately, held on to it too long. Pass down the left side. Wide open is the receiver. He cuts back and is in for the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown, Edward Bokey. His 2nd in as many weeks. Pouring it on as Boonesboro. They can score quickly, leading 20-0, 32 seconds left in the first.
A good play action. Bokey from his left wing position, just out and down the sidelines. Got lost behind the zone coverage. Nice strike by Blake Main. Touchdown Boonesboro.
We saw this last week. Really, it was at about this time in Boonesboro's last game against Brunswick. They were leading by 2 touchdowns right at the beginning of the second quarter. Maybe a little bit in the end of the first, too, as the kick is this time through by Justin Pezzo. He scored 14 points in about 90 seconds and was helped by a fumble recovery.
Yep.
And we're seeing that again today.
Yep. It's great team football. Create the turnover. Take advantage of the turnover.
Let's see if Catoctin can respond when we come back on Cool Oldies 1450.
Center of Life Chiropractic has moved. That's right. Dr. John and his team have moved out behind his old office to the new office on 103 Park Avenue in Thurmont. You can still park in the back lot and walk across Park Avenue to his office. Center of Life Chiropractic is open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. To check out their schedule, go to centeroflife.us. Once again, that's at centeroflife.us. Back pain, neck pain, rehab, and more. Dr. John is the best there is. Stop by Center of Life Chiropractic and get an adjustment to your life today.
32 seconds left. Catoctin trying to get any momentum as Boonesboro leads 21-0. 3 touchdowns. This one came off a turnover as that one's kicked and returned to the 10, to the 15. Now 20 on the near hash, spinning at the 25 is the returner Tyler McCallion, and that is where Catoctin starts the 25.
Out of town scoreboard, a lot of games going on in Frederick County. Walkersville's over at Linganore with a 14-0 lead. Middletown is at Frederick. Middletown 7-0 lead over Frederick.
24 seconds left to go in the first. Sun setting behind us, putting up a nice light pink color off the clouds in front of us over the Catoctin Mountains, down to where we're at, just outside the mountains here at Catoctin High School. 21-0. Catoctin has work to do on the near hash mark at the 31. It's where Chase Kreger begins. Snap, turns, hands off the right side, getting into the secondary, finally pulled down after a pickup of 7. The biggest run of the first quarter for the Cougars.
Yeah, they did a bunch package on the right side. Colton Gray, a little slide off that right side. Got a good lane, nice 6-yard pickup.
Positive way for the Cougars to end the first quarter. 6-yard pickup, getting all the way out to about the 32. We'll see if the Cougars can build on that when we come back on Cool Oldies 1450.
Quality service at a fair price. Brownie's Auto Repair employs only ASE certified technicians. Brownie's is one of only 33 shops in the state of Maryland designated as an ASE Blue Seal of Excellence repair facility. They want to help you maintain your vehicle in a manner that keeps it trouble-free and fun to drive. Stop by today. That's Brownie's Auto Repair, located on Frederick Street, Walkersville, a proud sponsor of Walkersville High School
There's
Athletics.
not. Yeah. We get set for the start of the second quarter. 21-0. Catoctin trailing Boonesboro, but they have a nice 6-yard pickup and a manageable 2nd and 4 from their own 31. Coach Rick Little is with me. I'm Ryan Pierce. Let's see what Catoctin can do on this drive with a little better field position here.
And they just got to keep mixing things up, trying to get some type of good running lane. If these running backs can get into the second level, pick up positive yards.
Bunch formation, left side handoff goes to the featured back Thompson. Not much room to work with, although he squirts through, gets close to the first down of the 35. I think he'll be about a yard short. Nicely done there by Thompson to avoid the pass rush and at least pick up a few yards.
Yep, and Boonesboro with those 5 linebackers right there, 1 or 2 of them are run blitzing every time. Quentin able to avoid that one. A little 3-yard gain on the play. See if Catoctin pick up their first down.
3rd and short on the second play of the second quarter. Now Gray is into the backfield behind the quarterback Kreger. Bunch formation right, and then farther outside is the receiver. Goes to Gray, met at the line, lowers his shoulder, uses the upper body, and gains 2 to move the chains.
And that was all running back on that one, because Landon Southerson right there at the point of attack. Catoctin falls forward. 2-yard gain, move the chains.
Colton's been good. We didn't see him a lot in the first game of the year against Governor Thomas Johnson High School as a featured back. Saw more of Quentin Thompson, but we've seen a fair amount of Gray tonight, and he's been good. Gray is behind Kreger. Turn, fake handoff. Kreger has time in the pocket, lobs it down the left side, looking for his man, incomplete at about the 30 of Boonesboro. Deep throw, nice touch, just a little out in front of his target.
I really like that on first down. I think the receiver actually broke stride for some reason. There, that was a nice pass by Krieger, gave his receiver an opportunity to make a play, just could not track it down.
Krager showing off the arm strength. 10:54 left in the first half. 21-0. Catoctin is trailing Boonesboro. They have the football working left to right on the near hash mark. The sophomore quarterback Krager in the shotgun. He's got a tight end to his left, 2 receivers to his right. In motion is one of them. It's the end around off the left side of McCallium, who's got speed, breaks into the secondary, hit him high at midfield and falls forward to the 48 of Boonesboro. Longest play from the line of scrimmage for Catoctin today.
McCallium, right wing, short motion, basically just a power sweep to the left side, tighten wing side, good blocking. As we said, they're getting to that second level. Good explosion.
For the first time in Boonesboro territory, Catoctin working left to right, middle of the hash marks, right on the top part of the baby blue sea. For Catoctin, of course, in the shotgun is Krager. 2 backs behind him. He takes a snap, turns, hands off left. May have been a mistake. Thankfully, it went into the belly of the running back, who earned about a yard before being game tackled by 3 or 4 white jerseys. It went to Tyler McCallium on the left side.
Yeah, things didn't look real smooth there in the backfield. Maybe the quarterback reversed pivot the wrong way. They did make it happen, and they pushed for 1 yard up the middle of the field.
Thompson jogs to the sideline. Gray back in for him. 2nd and 9 from the 47. 9:52 left first half. Catoctin trying to get on the board. Snap to Krager. Fakes the handoff. Gray blocks 2. Doesn't matter. Krager swallowed up, disappearing underneath 2 white jerseys in the backfield. He loses about 6 or 7 on the sack. Look, credit Gray for getting a few blocks. It just wasn't enough.
Just too many.
Yeah.
Yep. He hit Jaden Paul, the first linebacker to show, and then he had to go help one of the linemen. Jaden recovered and pulled Chase down for a 5-6 yard loss.
3rd and 14, 9:18 and ticking, 21-0 Boonesboro on top of Catoctin. Catoctin now backed up at their own territory. Long 3rd down here in between the hash marks. Krager shotgun, lights turned on. Nice sized crowd for homecoming in front of us. The back is behind him is Thompson. In motion left to right is Meisner. Here's a snap. Krager, it's a pass off the running back in the flat, who is tackled at the line for no gain. He gives it to Levi Meisner.
Yeah, they tried to set up a little screen there on the outside. Well read by the Warriors defense. No gain. 4th and long sets up Colton Gray and the punt team for the Cougars.
Some positive plays for Catoctin. You saw that coming. Meister in motion from right to left, got it in the flat, but I just had nowhere to go. So now Catoctin is going to punt this one.
And, you know, I think I'd like to see Catoctin maybe roll the quarterback out a little bit, try to get him away from that pressure.
Ball bounces the 20, and it's picked up near side, down the sidelines the ball. He is being dragged and pulled down. As he pulled, I believe that was Blaine Lenhart, number 24, about 2 or 3 yards before Lenhart stuck with it and made the tackle. Good work by him to get the ball down to the ground.
Yeah. Tough runner, strong runner. I remember we called his number quite a few times last year, and he's back with another strong performance this season.
The ball there returning at top rusher. He leads the team in rushing yards. His colleague in the backfield, Jaden King, leads the team in touchdowns with 5. This time, though, it's going to go for a loss. Great pressure from Catoctin. The ball went to Jaden King, and he loses 1 or 2 as the Cougars broke through.
Good pressure right up the middle.
A late flag comes out of the 39. It's about where the line of scrimmage was, maybe a little bit in front of it, as we wait and see what the flag is with 7:59 left in the first half on this warm but comfortable mid-70s, low 70s, late September evening at Catoctin High School.
A big, long conference for a flag that came in late, kind of at the point of attack.
3 officials talking. It feels like maybe they moved on to other topics, maybe what's for dinner or what are the plans later on, because I feel like this shouldn't take that long.
Right,
There's the call.
I think that's a legal helmet contact.
Wow.
It is.
Did he signal a target?
Maybe say a legal helmet
15.
contact possibly. Yeah, that's what it is a 15-yard penalty.
Targeting, but illegal helmet
Yeah, so Tyler Wilhelm explaining to us, our cameraman tonight, one of our producers, also has really good officiating experience, telling us illegal helmet contact, not targeting, but it still is a big penalty to the 48 of Catoctin. The ball goes. Now Maine, shotgun. He's going to keep it himself. Rolling to his right, under pressure. Avoids one, avoids two, spins and tries to run. Now is pulled down after picking up 2 or 3 to the 45.
From his defensive cornerback position, Luke Estavis into the backfield, just broke up that whole play. Maine was scrambling for his life. After that point, did pick up 2 on the play.
Maine made it to the 45. Running back by trade, he transitioned from running back to quarterback, which makes him even tougher, I would assume, to bring down to the backfield. Comfortable trying to break tackles.
Yeah, good athlete. 6'1", 185-pound junior.
Shotgun is Maine, 2 receivers left, 1 up top. Maine off the wing tee, and now the sweep to Bokey off the right side. He's got room outside the numbers, right side, 40-35. Pushed and tossed out of bounds at the 31, maybe the 30. Plenty for a first down.
Speed sweep, and no one touched Edward till he was 15 yards down the field. Pushed him out of bounds in front of the Boonesboro bench.
Bokey had a quiet first 2 weeks. Last week he broke out with a huge 38-yard touchdown reception. He's got 1 touchdown reception tonight, another reception, and now a long run. Fake handoff, keeping it is Maine. Looking to his right, now to his left, and runs it right up the middle and pulled down, hip high at the jersey at the 18 by the defensive back, gaining enough for a first down all the way to the 17.
Blaine Lenhart with the stop there. Sorry, great scramble by Blake. Couldn't find anybody open, and he just took off down the field.
Exactly between the hash marks at the 17, inside the red zone for the 4th time, is Boonesboro. 6:20 left first half, leading 21-0. Snap, handoff off the sweep. It's the ball. He cuts back middle. Brings the defensive back with him, the tackler, as he leans forward and gains 4, down to the 11.
And just so strong. Looked like Catoctin had him stopped at the line of scrimmage. 4, maybe even 5 on that play by the time they finished marking the ball.
Jaden King was on the carry, picked up 5. 2nd and 5 from the 11. 6 minutes left first half. As Maine can take his time, looks to the sideline, gets his signal from the coaching staff and Mark Wadle. Now in the shotgun. To his right is the ball. Fake handoff. Gives it back to the left side. It is the ball who cuts back to the middle. He's close to a first down at the 8 as players were zigging and zagging, flying across the field right and left the last second. The ball went to the ball who picked up 2. Brings up 3rd and short from the 8.
Catoctin trying to sub in, and Boonesboro quickly to the line of scrimmage. Catoctin uses a timeout.
Yeah, they recognize they didn't have the right personnel out there, maybe too many players on the field. They take a timeout. 21-0, 5:27 left. Boonesboro at the 8-yard line as they are trying to add to this lead. And it is an explosive offense, that wing T run to perfection. 3 running backs in motion. It's tough to tell who's got the ball until the very last second. We're not just keeping tabs on this game, though, of course, and bringing you the action here. We're keeping a close eye on other scores from around the area. Coach Rick Little, what are you seeing right now?
Middletown, Frederick all knotted up at 7. Linganore commanding 35-0 lead over Walkersville.
That yearly matchup is always a fun one. Linganore, the bigger school, though, and tonight they are using that and winning big against Walkersville.
Yeah, Linganore looking again like a perennial 3A playoff team.
So between the hash marks, 3rd and short from the 7. Kind of an awkward spot inside the 10 and a 3rd and short. Maine the snap, rolling to his right. He's got a receiver in the flat, doesn't go there. He's pulled by the jersey, avoids the sack, down the sideline, tries to take off, and sidesteps out of bounds at maybe the 10 or 9.
And you got to call that a win for the Cougars defense. Good coverage. Blake could not find anybody to throw it to. Tried to scamper down the far sidelines. Pushed out of bounds. a loss of 5 on the play, so instead of 3rd and 1, now you have 4th and 6.
Yeah, the side referee said he stepped out at the 12. 4th and 6 with 5:13 left on the far hash mark. And now we're waiting to see what happens here at 4th and 7 inside the 10. 4th and 7, pardon me, at the 12. Snap to Maine, passes left, hits the turf, incomplete, and that is a turnover on downs. There we go, Catoctin. Their defense comes up big, and off the field they go.
Another out-of-town scoreboard. Smithsburg. Brunswick leads Smithsburg 7-0. Railroaders looking for their first win of the season.
Boonesboro coming off a big, 41-7 win, I believe, last week against Brunswick. They scored the first 28 points in about 14 minutes. It looked like they were on pace for that tonight, but the Catoctin defense, sturdies, and now they have a chance to get on the board, down 21-0. Long way to go, though, with 5:09 left in the first half, working left to right. The far hash on their own 13. It's Krager the quarterback, 2 receivers up top and 1 down low. Thompson behind him. Now a receiver in motion left to right. Fakes the handoff to Thompson. Rolls out, passes in the flat, and it's caught at the 15. Receiver to the 20. Picked up 8 or 9. Great catch by the receiver. One-handed pulling it in. It was Tyler McCallum out of the backfield to cup it to his number and run for about 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, great play. Ball was a little out in front of him. McCallum one-handed it, pulled it in. We have a Boonesboro Warrior struggling to get up.
Looks like it's number 67, Austin Dinsmore. If I have that number right. Yep, it is. And he's being helped up by the coaches, walking seemingly okay as he goes to the sideline. Riley Christ will sub in for him.
So nice 8-yard gain there on first down for the Cougars. See if they can move those chains, maybe make a big play. Get on the scoreboard before halftime with just under 5 minutes to play.
Ball in the near hash at the 21. Quarterback in the shotgun is Krager. Thompson behind him. A receiver up top and 2 down low. Krager holds his hands at his chest. Snap, turns, handoff Thompson. Breaks 1 tackle, can't break the second as he disappears under a pile of white jerseys. Maybe got back to the line, bringing up 3rd and short.
And let's credit Riley Christ, bottom of the pile. Fresh off the sidelines, making a play.
4:30 left in the first half. 3rd and short. Big play here for Catoctin as they try to stay on the field. 3rd and 1 from the 22. Shotgun Krager, the sophomore, with Thompson behind him. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Krager, snap, turns, handoff. Thompson up the middle, leans forward, uses his legs, and pushes an extra yard. Looks like he, I believe, got enough for the first down. It is close, but I think he just barely got it. And he did.
Yep.
Nicely done by the running back Thompson. He needed 1, maybe got 1.5 up to about the 24.
In short yardage situations like that, you kind of like to have that quarterback sneak as an option sometimes. But when you're in that shotgun all the time, that kind of takes away that surprise.
4-3 defense for Boonesboro. Shotgun is the quarterback, Krager. Snap, fakes the handoff Thompson. Thompson blocks for Krager. He tries to escape out of the backfield and cannot, wrapped up from behind at the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a yard on the play.
Just too strong up the middle. Uh-oh.
And now
Chase gets up limping.
Krager a little wobbly. Maybe taking a second to catch his breath. Clock's still running, 3:26. We'll see if Catoctin burns a timeout. And they will, as Krager walks the sideline gingerly. We hope he's okay as the coaching staff comes out. We'll break with them here on Cool Oldies 1450.
Everyone in Thurmont knows and respects Dr. John Hageman at Center of Life Chiropractic and his wife Marcia at Center of Life Pilates for their many years of helping people in need and for the wonderful ways they give back to their community through scholarship and fundraising efforts. Center of Life. For information or to check out their schedule, go online to centeroflife.us today. That's Center of Life Chiropractic and Pilates. Make an adjustment to your life today.
And we're back as they line up. Chase the quick out pattern. They break a tackle and down the sidelines. Putting on the Jets.
All the way down to the 32. Thank you there, Coach, for stepping in. It's a great pass there from Krager to the receiver, and he sprinted down the sideline to the 32. The biggest gain so far for Catoctin. That's a huge positive as Krager, who we were worried was injured, comes out of the timeout, and he seems to be fine. His biggest play of the game.
Injured. He's coming off. He has an ankle issue or something going on. So we'll see if Catoctin has backup quarterback or if they go Wildcat.
So Krager tried to come out and could not. One play goes down the sideline, though, to the 32 of Boonesboro. Snap to the backup quarterback. Rolling to his right. Looking down the field. Passes to the middle and diving to the receiver. Pulling in at the 20.
Yes.
He did.
He got it.
Back-to-back big plays for Catoctin.
That's a great play by Ben. Comes in his first snap, rolls out to the right to get away from the pressure. Does not give up on the play. Finds an open receiver. Diving catch. 19-yard line.
So Ben Bingham gets the Cougars to the 19 of Boonesboro. Just under 3 minutes left. Catoctin down 21-0. Working left to right. Lights in full effect. Bingham in the shotgun. Two backs behind him. Receiver split to either side. 4 on the line. 7 in the box. As Bingham rolls to his left, looking down the field, under pressure, nobody open. He just tosses it to the sideline.
Nice catch.
Leaping up and making the catch as a receiver. He sprints down the sideline, and he is in for a touchdown.
And
I believe Levi Meisner.
Levi Meisner, yes.
Making the catch. It looked like Bingham had nowhere to go. He threw it to the sideline. Meisner out of nowhere climbed the ladder, plucked it out of the air, turned and sprinted down the left side into the end zone for a score.
Another really heady play by quarterback Bingham. Didn't give up on it, kept looking down the field.
The backup quarterback, Ben Bingham, comes in and goes 2 for 2, including about a 25-yard touchdown pass to Levi Meisner. So Catoctin on homecoming is on the board, down 21-7 with 2:33 left to go in the half. Ben Bingham, how about that? Coming in and throwing the touchdown pass here on Cool Oldies 1450.
Anytime Fitness is the perfect way to stay in shape. From either home or work, Anytime Fitness at Thermont is always close by, and they're open 24/7. They can tailor a personalized training program to fit your workout needs. Anytime Fitness can also fashion a membership and payment plan that will be flexible enough for your on-the-go lifestyle. You'll love the 24-hour co-ed fitness center with state-of-the-art equipment designed to sculpt and tone you into shape. And when you're away from the Thermont area, your membership guarantees you access to any of the over 1,000 clubs worldwide. Visit us at 130 Frederick Road to start your program today. Now you can stay healthy anytime with Anytime Fitness.
Catoctin is on the board, down 21-7 with 2:33 left to go. Ben Bingham coming out in reserve of Chase Krager and passing the ball to Levi Meisner, who somehow pulled it in and then ran for a touchdown.
And both of those plays, I don't know if they were designed rollouts, but they turned into rollouts, which got Bingham away from the pressure, gave him a little extra time to look downfield, find a teammate.
Kick about to come from Catoctin from the 40. There is still time for Boonesboro, though, to add to their lead. They also get the ball first to start the second half. They'll be on offense, angling from right to left.
2.5 minutes, all 3 timeouts to work with. So time is not an issue for the Warriors.
Back to return is Parker to ball. Also Jaden Pug. The ball off to the far side. Pug off to the near side. The kick goes to the ball. Going back. Has to leap up. Dropped it. Picked it up off the turf at the 8. Now at the 15. Far hash 20. Breaks one tackle. Doesn't break the second. As he's pulled down by 3 or 4 dark blue uniforms with 2:26 left. At the 26. That is where the offense of Boonesboro begins.
Good kick there by Contreras. Put it over the Warriors' heads.
First and 10 for Boonesboro, trying to add their lead. They got under the 10-yard marker on their last drive, brought it all the way down the field, and then turned it over on downs. Quarterback option, it's kept to DeBall, sweeping off the left side, tackled as he goes horizontally at the 25.
And he slipped and looked like he rolled an ankle.
So the big story right now, Chase Krager hobbled off the field with an injury. His backup Ben Bingham comes in and throws a touchdown. It chips in this lead for Boonesboro, but they scored 21 points, scoring on their first 3 drives of the game, all 21 coming in the first quarter. And they've built a nice cushion. Let's see what they do with 2:15 left.
So Parker walks off on his own power, kind of flexing that right leg. We'll keep an eye on that one. But Cougars defense comes out, fired up. First play, the 2-yard loss, puts the Warriors behind the chains.
Ball in the near hash, just inside the 25. Shotgun for Blake Main, who already has a couple passing touchdowns. He's got receivers split either way. 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers for Catoctin. Main drops back, dumps it off the flat. It's caught by the back of the 25, now 30. Presses forward, 37. Tackled by 2 or 3 Cougars around there. Picking up 7 out of the backfield on the catch.
Kai Ridenauer there. Little screen set up by the Warriors. Nice gain on the play.
Went to Jaden King, gain 7. Here's King, takes a snap, empty backfield, lobs it down the right side, it's short and incomplete. Nearly
intercepted.
No, it is intercepted. I saw the official throw his hands up. Intercepted by Catoctin at midfield.
Receiver never looked back. Catoctin with the interception. Another diving effort by a Catoctin receiver / D-back in this case.
And now Catoctin can make it a 1-score game. I was trying to get the number on that player. I thought it might have been Lucas Davis, but I wasn't positive.
And I will go with that.
Okay. If we hear otherwise, we'll let you know. Snap to Bingham, passes to the flat. It's caught on the right side by Dodson. Nowhere to go as the outside secondary pulled him down at the line. Logan Atkinson all over that play.
Bingham to his safety receiver there, and Atkinson standing there waiting on that play.
Loss of 1, 80 seconds left. Catoctin down by 14. I believe they have 1 timeout. No, 2 timeouts.
1 left.
I was right. Okay, 1 timeout.
Yep.
1 timeout left for Catoctin. At midfield in the near hash mark, Bingham at the shotgun, takes a low snap, rolls to his left, has some space if he wants to run. Looking down the field, now he takes off on the far side of the field. Maybe waited just a little bit too long as he's tackled hip high at the 47 of Boonesboro. Clock ticking under a minute left.
As he continued to look downfield to try to make another pass play, just ran out of time. Catoctin uses their final timeout.
Now 3rd and 11 with 51 seconds left. Catoctin down by 2 touchdowns. Essentially 3rd and 10 from the 47. Trying to get something positive before halftime. We saw a couple big plays. You like this, so Catoctin clearly gaining confidence, stopping the clock. Obviously, at least it appears it'll be a pass play here. After 2 big pass plays in their last drive, maybe feeling good about their passing game right now.
Yeah, just hope Catoctin gets a first down now, because if they don't, Boonesboro, with their full allotment of timeouts, will force the Cougars to punt the ball and then have a couple opportunities on the offensive side of the ball.
Cougars break huddle. Ball on the far hash mark of the 47. They have to reach the 37. Boonesboro, 4 down linemen. They have 8 in the box. 2 receivers to the right side. You might have something there. 1 to the left with the back. That is Thompson behind the quarterback, Bingham. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, heaves it down the left side, jump ball, and it may have been picked off. If it is, it's not the end of the world.
Yep.
And it is picked off by Boonesboro at the 27, at their own 27. Dodson was the intended target with 42 seconds left.
Bokey with the interception, dropped back from his cornerback position, got underneath that pass.
Kind of goes as a punt, not the best field position, but 3 timeouts for the explosive offense of Boonesboro to work with. Leading by 14, 42 seconds left in the first half. On the road against Catoctin on Friday night. Great to have you with us on Cool Oldies 1450 in the Frederick County Sports Connection.
See what Coach Mark Wadle has in store here on first down.
The sweep, left side, goes to the ball, outside the numbers, carrying the defender on his back. He's finally ridden to the ground after picking up 7 to the 32. And timeout taken. Ridenauer made the tackle. Clock down to 27 seconds.
And I thought they called it a little sooner than that. See if the referees, looks like they're trying to get somebody's attention.
Likely will add maybe a couple seconds on that clock. 21 points in the first quarter for Boonesboro. They were in control. Catoctin, as the Warriors did take timeout, as we mentioned. Catoctin has looked good in the second, though. They're winning the quarter right now, 7-0. Their defense has held up when they got that touchdown.
Yep. Kind of momentum has turned a little bit. See if the Warriors can gain some back here before halftime, or Catoctin goes to the locker room with Mo on their sideline.
A passing touchdown from Ben Bingham. He hit Levi Meisner on about a 25-yard passing touchdown earlier in the quarter. And we see what happens here. 2nd and 4 from the 32. On the near hash, out of the timeout. Everybody looking towards the back referee.
They're looking towards the sideline. There's 2 coaches over there with hand signals. One's a dummy, one's the live, calling the formation and the play.
So one of those is not the real signals,
correct?
Right? Wow. Okay. Here's Maine, or rather the quarterback Blake Maine, rolling to his right, quick pass into midfield. It hits the turf, bounces off the receiver's chest, and drops incomplete. He was looking for Jaden Bow.
Just receivers open, just not able to find one.
Man. Now 3rd and 4. 27 seconds left. Hear those speakers just below us trying to amp up the crowd, amp up the defense. Catoctin trying to get the big stop. 3rd and 4 on the near hash mark, right to left in their road white uniforms. Maine, the quarterback, takes a snap off the end around. It goes to King, who cuts back up the right hash mark, picks up the first to the 40, and the clock stops with the chains moving.
And I think Boonesboro's using a timeout also.
Okay. Ridenauer made the tackle, and Boonesboro calls their second timeout. So they have 1 left, up by 14 at the, what are we at here, 40-yard line, their own 40.
At some point, they'll need a chunk play here to get on the other side of midfield that they can take a shot to the end zone as time expires.
That might be what they're looking for here, what kind of play they can draw up. Coach Wadle thinking, okay, we need to get the ball down the field, probably a good 30 or 40 yards to have a realistic shot at maybe getting this one to the end zone before halftime.
Yeah.
Of course, unless something breaks.
Yeah. 21
seconds left, 21-7. 21 points in the first quarter for Boonesboro, 7 in the second for Catoctin. Now Boonesboro hustles the line out of the timeout. Main snap, rolls right, looking down the field, still looking deep, keeps it himself, and slides out of bounds to the 45 of the quarterback keeper, picking up 5 and stopping the clock with 15 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, and that's great coverage by the secondary of the Cougars. They locked into the fly pattern. Then the under defender picked up the wheel route that Boonesboro scored on earlier. No one for Maine to throw to.
At the 45, 15 seconds left. 2nd and 5. Snap to Maine. Drops back. Pressure. Steps up. Whips it up the middle. And skips off the turf into the hands of the receiver. Incomplete. Bosnick was the intended target. Now 7 seconds left. And all if Catoctin has to do is just play prevent defense here. They're going to be in pretty good shape. Just want to avoid missing tackles, letting anybody get behind you.
Yeah, can Boonesboro do anything in 6 seconds and take a timeout and then take a shot? Probably not enough, but I like the aggressive attitude of the Warriors and Coach Wadle.
Here is Maine, rolling right, dumps off in the flat of the far sideline, trying to break a big play. Is King, and he's not going to be able to. Maybe got 6 or 7. He needed about 56 or 57 for the touchdown. And he is knocked down at about midfield to end the first half. Good first half for Boonesboro. They lead 21-7. Catoctin comes back with 7 in the second to make it respectable. We'll see what the Cougars can do with a little momentum on their side in the second half.
And, you know, if the defense holds up for Catoctin, maybe a strike or two, get themselves back in the game.
We'll cover it for you second half a little later on here on Cool Oldies 1450 halftime.
Travel, and it's one of the oldest forms of transportation. Travel by train. Yes, consider traveling around the United States on Amtrak. Traveling by train is a lot less of a headache than taking a plane, and you'd be surprised how many places you can go on an Amtrak. And there's no passports or IDs needed. Find out how to get where you're going as soon as tomorrow by train. Call the Amtrak Travel Hotline right now. We'll book your trip and email your tickets within minutes. Skip the drive to the airport and skip the lines. Call right now to book your Amtrak reservations. We service most of the United States. All aboard! Do something new. Travel by Amtrak today.
800-328-4046. 800-328-4046. 800-328-4046. That's 800-328-4046.
All right, here we are at halftime. Homecoming performances, cheerleaders on the field, pom-pom squad. Let's check out the music and the performance here at halftime.
Let's have a big round of applause for your varsity cheer squad. Now marching onto the field to the sounds of Cougar Charge by Connor Smith. Please welcome your own Marching Cougars. The The Takasana High School Marching Band and Color Guard invites you to dance the night away with classic hits sure to get you in the groove and dance in the aisles. Their songs this evening are Don't Stop Me Now by Queen, Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon, and Mr. Brightside by The Killers. Under the direction of Evan Telnick, Jeffrey Burns, and Piper Webb, and led onto the field by Jack Fordham, Delaney Hench, and Mackenzie Braitman, please welcome your Marching Cougars! Ladies and gentlemen, your Marching Cougars. Good evening and welcome to our 2025 homecoming ceremony. To begin, we would like to introduce our Contraction High School administrative team and athletic director. Our assistant principals, Andrew McWilliams and Sarah Riley. Athletic director, Brett Campbell. And principal, Jennifer Clement. Now let's introduce this year's royalty, your 2025 freshman royalty. Bridget Ball is being escorted by her mother Debbie and father Kevin. Bridget is a member of the CHS volleyball team, the Freshman Club, and the Future Business Leaders of America. She is also a student educator in our child development program. Bridget tries to be a respectful, kind, and inclusive member of our Cougar community. Hyla Jones is being escorted by her mother, Caitlin Estes. Hyla is a member of the CHS flag football team, Freshman Club, and SCCLA. She helps as much as she can during practices and games, and she feels it's important to be respectful to all here at CHS. Another round of applause for our freshman royalty. Next up, our sophomore royalty. Kelsey Roberts is being escorted by her mother Tanya and her father David. Kelsey is on both the CHS softball team and a travel softball team. She's involved with the Sophomore Club and the Future Business Leaders of America. Chelsea feels it's important to show respect to her teachers and peers and takes ownership in balancing academics and athletics. Ryan Ledbetter is being escorted by his brother Andrew. Ryan is a member of many CHS sports teams, including cross country, winter track, and baseball, as well as travel baseball. He's also involved with Model UN and athletic leadership. He volunteers at the high school baseball camp every summer and is always willing to help a person in need. He gives respect to all CHS staff and students, takes ownership for his actions, is accountable for his work, and ready each day to focus on that work. Another round of applause for our sophomore royalty. Junior royalty. Braylon West is being escorted by her mother Jamie and father Johnny. She's a part of both the CHS softball team and a travel softball team, as well as the junior and SCCLA club. She is a member, she's an assistant rec softball coach. Braylon feels she does a great job at balancing school and extracurriculars, taking ownership of her responsibilities. Colton Gray is being escorted by his mother, Kate. He is on the varsity football team and plays lacrosse for CHS. He volunteers with youth sports programs as much as he can and thinks it's important to build connections with his peers and constantly strives to be the best student and athlete that you can be. Let's hear it for all our underclassmen royalties. And now it's time to introduce our senior nominees. Aiden Pierre is being escorted by Mrs. Clement. Aiden is a member of the Science National Honor Society and participates in winter sports here at CHS. Aiden gives back to the community through food drives and is a singer, rapper, and lyricist. Andrew Cole is being escorted by his mother Trish and his father Tim. Andrew is a member of the Senior Class and Conservation Club, as well as the Catoctin Chronicle, Health Knowledge Bowl, and CHS academic teams. Andrew tutors other CHS students and has assisted with various fundraisers. He believes every person deserves respect, takes ownership in the activities in which he participates, strives hard to be accountable for his actions, and feels it's important to be ready to take opportunities that come his way. Hannah Gonzalez Diaz is being escorted by her mother, Gladys Diaz. She is a CHS cheerleader and a member of FCCLA. She also works with our Cougar preschool program and is a great assistant to her teachers. Hannah feels it's important to show respect to everyone here at CHS, takes ownership in her mistakes, holds herself accountable for her actions, and knows the importance of being ready to tackle each day. Connor Dodson is being escorted by his mother Melissa and his father Mike. Connor is on the varsity football team, coaches CYA football, and participates in indoor and outdoor track. He is also an Honor Society tutor. Connor feels it is important to show his peers and teachers respect, to take ownership of his actions, and to always be ready to complete a task. Olivia Baker is being escorted by her mother Mary Lou and father Travis. She's involved in various clubs, honor societies, and athletics, such as Conservation Club, NHS, and track. She also finds time to volunteer at a variety of events, including food and clothing drives, tutoring, bringing school ventures, and coaching. Olivia feels it's important to be respectful, to take ownership of her mistakes, to remain reliable when involved in activities, and to always be ready with a positive attitude. Madison Ball is being escorted by her mother Debbie, father Kevin, and sister Bridget. Maddie is on both the varsity field hockey and lacrosse teams, earning its Lacrosse 2025 honorable mention and top 30 scorer in Frederick County. She's a member of various clubs and honor societies, including her class club, SBLA, and the English Honor Society. She volunteers in the community at conservation club events. She believes kindness and respect are important when interacting with her peers, takes ownership as a leader, is accountable by balancing all her various activities, and is always ready to do what needs to be done in her academics and athletics. Cypress Fisher is being escorted by his favorite teachers, Becky Hurley and Doug Young. Cypress is our SGA president and the sound manager for the theater program. Even though Cypress was new to CHS last year, he jumped right into so many of our community programs, assisting with new students, the Catoctin Community 5K, blessings in a backpack, and more. He has such respect for the Catoctin community and feels grateful for all the friends he's made here. And Tatiana Owens is being escorted by her father Daryl, mother Natasha, sisters Raquel and Jasmine. She's a member of various honor societies, including the National Honor Society, Student Voices, FCA, and many athletic teams. She volunteers at the local library, tutors fellow students, coaches sports camps, and advocates for her peers. Tatiana feels a part of being respectful is helping to uplift others. She takes ownership in her learning process by challenging herself, is accountable as a school leader, and is always ready and prepared for her various activities. Give a big round of applause for our senior royalty. And here to crown the 2025 senior royalty are 2025 winners, Grace Keller and Chaz Zimmerman. This year's Catoctin High School senior royalty is Aiden Pierre and Tatiana Owens. Thank you very much to all of our nominees.
None of those things say wander around a warehouse looking for somebody to help you, or walk out not knowing if you got exactly what you need. Nope, you have a list of things, and Ace has them, from the brands you trust. We also have people who ask the right questions to make sure you get everything you need. Because at Ace, we have our own list, and great service is at the top.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Head over to Cousins Ace Hardware today. Located on North Church Street in Thurmont, Cousins Ace Hardware is a proud sponsor of high school athletics on the radio. Cool Oldies 1450 THU is the leader in high school sports broadcasting. Since 2008, we have broadcast more high school sporting events than any radio station in the 4-state area. Football, basketball, baseball, and softball. Regular season playoffs and state championships from Southern PA to Brunswick, the Western Mountains of Maryland to the Eastern Shore. Cool Oldies 1450 THU is number one in high school sports broadcasting.
Here's your local news for the Cool Oldies 1450 listening area. A digital fiber optics company, LightPath, came before a Thurmont Town special exception hearing on Thursday evening to testify about their plans to buy the land and building on 10 Radio Lane in Thurmont, owned by WTHU General Manager Michael Betteridge. The exception was denied 4-0 by the committee, ending LightPath's attempt to put a fiber booster station on the site. 8 town residents testified that they did not want a commercial building in their backyards because it would detract from the open, natural setting. It was pointed out that a commercial building, a 200-foot tower, and 2 large satellites.
This is Julio Flores. The Nationals held on to pick up a win. Washington beat the Miami Marlins 7-5 to secure the 4th victory in a row. Josh Bell went 1 for 4 with a home run and 4 RBIs, while Dalen Lyle added a solo shot. Mitchell Parker allowed 2 runs over 7 2/3 innings to secure the win on the mound, and Jose Ferreira picked up his 8th save. The teams will continue their series tonight. The Mystics lost their final game.
We are set for the second half of action after a really fun homecoming celebration. The King and Queen were crowned here at Catoctin High School. It was fun to witness that. Now LSU Catoctin can inch their way back into it. They have momentum down 21-7, but Parker the ball's got a lane, and it's closed up quickly at the 35 as the ball falls over the tackler, the 37. I think you saw what I saw there, Coach. Wide open lane right down the middle. Thankfully, it was cut off quickly.
But decent field position for the Warriors. Out to the 37-yard line. Let's see if Catoctin can maintain some of that momentum they had going in at halftime.
Warriors led 21-0 after the first quarter. They lead 21-7 as they start the third. Off to the right side. The handoff goes to the back, Jaden King. Maybe inch forward a yard or two. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Well played by the Cougars. Right there, stuffed it at point of attack.
Catoctin relies, or rather, Boonesboro relies on Parker DeBall and Jaden King. Their top 2 running backs. They line up in the wing T formation with King to the left of the quarterback main. The ball in motion right to left. He gets the handoff off the left side down the hash mark. Presses forward to the 43. Pulled down by a swarm of dark blue uniforms at the 45. He had to reach the 47 for a first down. Brings up 3rd and short.
Nice gain there on that speed sweep to the left. Parker DeBall takes the handoff, sets that left foot, and up the field he goes, leans forward.
Made to the shotgun. King to his right. Off the sweep. The handoff goes to Obey. He runs off the right side. Bo Keith's got a first down. Down the far sideline. Lowers his left shoulder into the defender at the 25 of Catoctin, where he's knocked out of bounds. Big picked up by Bo Keith. Well into Cougars territory.
Speed sweep to the right, the wide side. Bokey made the initial Cougar miss, and then quickly down the sidelines. Great individual effort by Edward.
Now the ball's at the 25, already nearing the red zone. Is Boonesboro leading by 14, 10-15, just underway, second half. Hands off again, Bo Key bounces out of the outside, being pulled down by the ankles behind by the tackler. Got back to the line. Nice play by Catoctin, the defensive lineman who pulled him down.
Bo Key, 5'7", 165-pound senior, but he's tough to bring down. but well played there by a gang of Cougars. Hold them to a short gain.
Bo Kia receiving touchdown in the first half, 21-7. Boonesboro up by 14, 10-18 left third quarter. Main shotgun, far hash mark. To his right, King. Turn, handoff, King. Juts back middle, now bounces to the right side, runs off the right hash mark, breaks outside the numbers right side towards the pylon, and he's pushed in for a touchdown. Jaden King from 25 yards out, and it's 27-7. Boonesboro back on top by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, great individual effort that time by King, breaking tackles, weaves his way through the line of scrimmage, and then down the right side for that touchdown.
Jaden King, his second touchdown today. He had 2 touchdowns last week. He now has 6 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns this season. He has turned into a very nice piece for this offense, as the extra point is no good from Justin Pezos. He misses wide right. So 27-7's the score. 10:04 left to go in the third. Kentucky coming out down by 20 on Cool Oldies 14-15.
Team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Kentucky getting set to return the kick. Returner's back at about the 15-yard line as the kick is away to the far side of the field. Returner has it at the 20. Angling right to left across the field, trying to find a seam. Running horizontally, now down to the near side. And he's tackled shoulder high at the 27. The return from number 2, Lucas Davis. With exactly 10 minutes left in the third, Kentucky takes over from the 27, working left to right.
Yeah, good kick coverage there by the Warriors. Stayed in their lanes as he tried to go from left to right, near far sideline and near sidelines. Nowhere to run.
Cougars had momentum at halftime. That is now gone. Let's see if they can get it back. Down by 20. Had a really solid second quarter. Scoring's been the issue, though. Just 13 points in their 2 losses. A fake handoff to the outside. The quarterback, Ben Bingham's going to keep it on the far side of the field near the 40. He's got the first. Tiptoes out of bounds at the 42. How about Ben Bingham? Passing touchdown off the bench in the first half. And a nice 17-yard pickup here to begin the second.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure if that was a design quarterback sweep or he just missed the handoff and followed the running back through the hole and around the left side for a nice Cougars first down.
So Bingham in replace of Chase Krager. He limped off the field towards the end of the first half. He does not start the second half on the field. It's Bingham in the shotgun. Back behind him. He turns, fakes the flip, again keeps it himself off the right tackle along the hash. Tackled by a gang of white uniforms after picking up 4 to the 45.
Blake Main from his defensive back position came up and on the tackle almost stripped that football. But Bingham able to hang on, 4-yard gain.
He had Colton Gray in the backfield. Gray comes out, and Thompson comes in. The speedier back Thompson. 9:23 left, third quarter. Down by 20 is Catoctin. They're working left to right at the 45. They need to reach the 49 of Boonesboro for the first down. They're on second down. Bingham in the shotgun. Receiver in motion behind him. Looks to that side. Now looks up the field and will try to keep it himself. And he dropped it. Dropped the football. It pops out of the 39, rolling back towards the end zone behind him. And I think Kentucky fell on top of it.
Fumble recovered by Kentucky, number
it
54, is Johnny Dayberry, but they have 5 on play.
Johnny Dayberry jumped on top.
I saw a beanbag go in there. Was there a yellow flag somewhere?
Don't see the yellow. You're right, though. The big bag did come in where the ball was dropped. But the clock is stopped, though, with 9 minutes
And there
left.
is a conversation with
Okay. Heard the referee say it, illegal shift on the offense. The penalty is declined. It brings up long third down for Catoctin at their own 37.
Yeah, when that ball bounced out of Bingham's hand, went backwards, sets up at 3rd and 14.
On the far hash, 3 receivers up top and 1 down low for Bingham. Back is Gray behind him, fakes a handoff under pressure, dumps it off Gray in the flat. He dropped it incomplete. 4th and 15 coming up.
Tried to set up a center screen to the running back. Warriors stayed at home. Ball's incomplete, sets up 4th and long and a punt for the Cougars.
Good work by the Warriors to give up the first down. It looked like Catoctin had movement and nothing else after the fumble. So punt team out for Catoctin. And the ball is back to return. There's the kick. Going back on his heels and fielding it is Bokey at the 30. He drives a reverse field near side 35, 40. 45 tackled at the ankles by Connor Dodson. 40-70-yard line. Good field position for Boonesboro to begin, up by 20. 8:44 left, third quarter.
Yeah, well played. The Warriors catch that punt in the air, which a lot of times in high school football you don't see. But Edward got that one far side to near, and there is a flag on the field.
Flag came out on the far side. 3 referees at midfield talking. I believe you can hear the PA below us give the announcement. Holding on the receiving team, so that's Boonesboro. They've definitely picked up more penalties than Catoctin today. And that's going to bring them back. No longer great field position to start.
Now we move the ball back to the 27-yard line of the Warriors, where they will start first and 10.
Warriors start at their own 37, leading by 20. Or rather, at least I heard the PA announcer say 37. That's going to go
now
all the way
there's
back.
another one.
Move the ball back to the 17.
17. Wow. Okay. So very poor field position for Boonesboro. They have it at the 17 to start between the hash marks.
Wow, somehow, some way they lost 30 yards from where the tackle was.
I believe it was a spot foul. Boonesboro 2-1 on offense. Sweep off to the left side. It goes to Parker the ball. He's pushed towards the sideline. Gain 3 towards the 20 before being knocked down.
Ben Bingham stays home in his quarterback position, wrestles the ball out of bounds.
You look at the sideline for Catoctin. I'm only counting at most 10 players with helmets on. It's a small in terms of numbers team, so to lose your quarterback, Chase Krager, is a tough blow. He also plays defensive back. Handoff off the right side of Bokey. That worked well last drive. Not as well this time. He's tackled at the ankles by the defensive back, the 25. Brings up a 3rd and short.
Colton Gray with a nice open field tackle as Bokey looked like he was going to get going down that right side. Colton wrestles him down.
They say Bokey's knees are down at the 22. Brings up 3rd and 5. On the far hash mark, Boonesboro coming off a blowout win against Brunswick, trying to build off that. They're 2-1. 1-2 is Catoctin. On the far hash mark, leading by 20. Boonesboro quarterback Main in the shotgun. 2 receivers, now 3 near side. He motions them to go to the farther out past the numbers on the near side. Looking to the left, up the middle, slant pattern, incomplete. It was intended for Bokey. I think Bokey may have landed on the football as it popped out, bringing up a 4th and 5.
Yeah, Boonesboro just runs that seam. It's kind of like a quick pop pass. Just missed Bokey as he was going down that hash mark.
Now 4th and 5. Warriors going to punt. At least we expect them to. Blake Main is also their punter. We saw them complete a fake punt in the first half. I don't think that's going to happen this time. All the way inside their own 20. Main back at his 10, getting set to kick. 2 returners at midfield, including Levi Meissner, who's got a punt return or a touchdown already. Did the returner touch it at midfield? He did not, is the call. So that ball went up. Returner on the far side of the field was Lucas Davis. Looked like he touched touched it, hit the turf and bounced straight up. Boonesboro recovered it, but the referee says he didn't touch it. I don't think Davis is going to argue.
No. They're closer than we are.
And I'm not sure if he did. I think what looked weird was the way the ball bounced straight up.
Right. When he reached out with his hands, the ball hit the turf, went straight up in the air, which you thought was a deflection. But that referee, to his credit, was like 8 yards away from the ball and the receiver.
So the lights on, working left to right at their own 49. Catoctin going to work, down by 20, trying to carve into that lead. They're 1-2 this year. Takes a snap, dropping back. It's the quarterback, Bingham. He's under pressure. Nowhere to go in the backfield. He's tossed to the turf. Sacked, pulled down by number 73 for Boonesboro. Don't have a name on him. And almost lost the ball at the end, but able to hold on to it.
And there's when inexperience comes in with a quarterback, not able to make the decision to throw that ball away and save yourself a big loss on the sack.
Bingham, the junior, huge loss. Easily about 20, 21 yards. Long way to go for Catoctin now from their own 33. Bingham shotgun, 4 receivers split either way. Back behind him, Bingham gets a good block from his running back, rolls to his left, jumps it off in the flat to Meisner, who's upended at the 39, but it's a positive play near the 40 to Levi Meisner.
Landon Salerson there, safety for Boonesboro to make the quick hit and tackle of Meisner.
So about 3rd and 11. Boonesboro has to reach the 49. Oh, my mistake. 3rd and about 20. They have to reach the 41 of Boonesboro does Catoctin. So 3rd and about 20. Shotgun is Bingham. Snap, fakes the handoff, steps up, passes left side, through the fingertips of Meisner. Would have only been a 5-yard pickup, so it doesn't make a huge difference. Nice block from Colton Gray to buy his quarterback a little more time. And now at 4th and 20, Catoctin has to punt.
And great effort by Meisner, because I think if he does not get a hand on that football, it's interception for the Warriors.
And if that's picked off, plenty of green in front of the defensive back. But it's an incompletion, and now back at his 26. Colton Gray getting set to punt. Parker the ball set to return at his own 32. There's a punt, not a bad one, end over end. The ball watches it bounce, rolls up the left side, out of bounds at the 28. And that is where Boonesboro takes over. 6:21 left to go in the third quarter. We can go ahead actually and probably keep it right here as the Boonesboro offense coming out onto the field. 27-7. Boonesboro leading by 20. Catoctin may be settling in a bit defensively. Let's see if they can keep that going. Just one touchdown given up since the first quarter.
Right. A lot of movement back and forth, but only one across the goal line.
Maine takes a snap. The quarterback for Boonesboro rolling to his right, looking down the field. He's it down the sideline. He's got a man wide open, but underthrew him at the 30, and it went through his fingertips and fell to the turf.
It actually had 2 receivers behind the Catoctin Cougars secondary, unable to connect on the long pass.
Looking for Landon Salerson, who's been good defensively but quiet offensively. One of his top targets this year. Salerson lines up near side. Bokey on the far side. In the wing T formation, handoff goes to the back. King up the middle. King, 6-foot frame, lowers the shoulder, tumbles forward to the 35, gaining 6. Brings up 3rd and short. The 35, exactly 6 minutes left to go. In the third, Gray made the tackle.
See if the Cougars can get off the field again.
Already the 3rd possession in 6 minutes of this third quarter for Boonesboro. The Warriors, Blake Maine, and a flag tossed down. Going to be an offsides on the defense. It's close, though, to a first down. I believe they will have it, that being the Warriors. Yes, they will.
Oh, it's still
Yep.
all they gave them.
Yep.
Just barely.
It was the ball was just past the clip at the 5-yard mark, so they didn't have to measure. First down.
On the far hash of the 38, fresh set of downs for Boonesboro. Off the right side it goes to the ball. He's into the secondary, leans forward to midfield, picks up 11, tackled by the secondary. and moves the chain.
The Warriors in their short yardage set there, the Wildcat, and they're going to repeat it again.
Defender racing off the field for Catoctin. He's able to sprint through the finish line, the sideline in this case. Wildcat to the ball. And he's got room down the right sideline, 35-30. Tries to jump back towards the middle, and he's tackled. Brought down by Levi Meisner, the safety, at the 25.
Coach Wadle and that strong offensive line taking advantage of a tired Cougars defense.
Now Boonesboro, the Warriors, starting to cook at the 25. 2 big plays in a row. Maine in the shotgun back on the field. It's actually going to be the ball again in the Wildcat. Tries to work his way off the right tackle. Bounces out to the right side. Down the right sideline. Shouldered out of bounds at the 10. Picking up 13 inside the 10 for Boonesboro.
Looks like they marked him out right at the 10-yard line, so it's going to be first and goal for the Warriors.
Once again, it's the ball in the Wildcat. 2 blockers to his left. Everybody else on the line. Off the end around to King. King pulled down in the backfield. Sliding tackle. Nicely done by the Catoctin defender.
Colton Gray, middle linebacker, leaked through there. As that time, the direct snap to the ball when he handed it to King. Colton Gray was not fooled.
Gray having a big possession, already a couple tackles. 4:35 left, third quarter, 27-7. Boonesboro leading by 20, working right to left at the 11 of Catoctin. Second and goal, snap to King, flips it out left side to King. That was actually to the quarterback. King running down the left hash mark, breaks 2 tackles, and falls forward into the end zone for a touchdown. Off the pitch from the quarterback, Blake Main, out to King, who rushes in for his 3rd touchdown tonight.
They're going to call eating the runner.
But this might be coming back, and it is. There's a flag hidden on the far side of the field at the 2-yard line. The officials coming together. Let's see what they decide. I didn't see that come out.
Now, how does he call that from that far side? That's an interesting call, because that was the far side referee. As the ball came around the left side, he threw that flag called aiding the runner.
So aiding the runner is the call. Tyler Wilhelm, our cameraman and producer, our own official up here in the booth, doing a good job seeing that one pop out. So wipe the touchdown off the board. So second and goal from the 5. That's the important point now. Second goal from the 5 on the left side. In the shotgun's Maine. To his right is King. Maine with the receiver in motion left to right. It's a fake. Goes back to the left. And this is down to the 1. It's the ball knocked down at the 1 on the left side. You had 3 players going in different directions. DeBall got the toss and made his way to the 1 before being tackled. And now moving quickly at the line. This might be a direct snap to the ball. It is. The ball takes it. Goes to his right. Goes behind the blockers and it's in for the touchdown. The ball is in for the first time today, and now it is a 4-score lead for Boonesboro.
Just a direct snap, power football off the right side, and they'll stay on the field and go for 2.
So Boonesboro now leading 33-7.
I don't know why the clock's still running.
Got some clock issues. The official is looking towards the booth to get that cleared away before Boonesboro gets set for their 2-point conversion, leading 33-7.
And it must be a real issue because everybody knows the clock should stop. And now it finally stops at 3:08. They're going to have to put a half a minute at least back on.
Hear the official's microphone as he gets set to tell us.
3:40.
3:40 is getting put back on the clock. 33-7. Warriors on top of the Cougars. 3:40 will be put back on the clock. We're seeing what Boonesboro does so well. That wing T is tough to follow. They have a variety of different running backs and receivers they can go to. Feels like everybody on that offense is a weapon in a different way.
Yep. Got to be on your toes. A lot of deception.
Direct
Powerful.
snap to the ball. End around fake. He keeps it himself off the right side and high steps into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So the ball completes the 2-point conversion, makes it a 28-point lead for Bonesboro. They've come out and put the clamps down here in the second half with 3:40 left to go in the third on Cool Oldies 1450 and the Frederick County Sports Connection.
Let's hear a special message from another one of our fantastic sponsors. Our local American Legion Post 168 in Thurmont is amazing. Not only do they support local high school sports on the radio, but they have great food, great fun, and they constantly serve our community in so many ways. Check out their Facebook page, American Legion Post 168, to find out about their exciting events. And be sure to say thank you for supporting our local community. And don't you forget to say thank you every time you see them for their selfless sacrifice in military service to our country. Thanks, American Legion Post 168. We salute.
15 unanswered points here in the second half for Catoctin. They lead 35-7 with 3:40 left after the first touchdown of the game from their top back this season. As the kick return is on the far side and breaking down the sideline is a returner trying to jump back towards the middle off the sideline, tackled at the 48. Nice return for Catoctin as they go to work.
A little reverse action there by the Cougars. Flip the ball back to McCallum, running right to left, almost out to midfield. Good return.
So after Parker DeBall's first score of the evening for DeBall, important to note, that is his third rushing touchdown. Catoctin comes out down by 28, trying to get a positive drive on the far hash mark. Bingham still in at quarterback for Chase Krager. Krager came out, looked like it was a lower body injury, kind of limped off the sideline ending the first half, and Bingham's been out there. Does have a passing touchdown. This time he passes to the near side, breaking in between defenders. Is a receiver who's dragged down from behind the 43, gaining 7. Nice positive run, and a player is down for Boonesboro. That's Nathan Bosnick. And he's on the sideline of Catoctin, and we hope he's okay.
Yeah, Nathan made a great effort to pull down Meisner, but he has stayed down.
Yeah, he looked like he was in a little bit of pain right away. With 3:15 left, 35-7. We can go ahead and break. We'll give the injured player Bosnick a little bit of time to see how he does. We'll give you an update on Bosnick when we come back here on Cool Oldies 1450.
Home cooking in a down-home atmosphere. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everyone eats at Thurmont Country Kitchen, conveniently located just off Route 15 on Water Street in downtown Thurmont. Stop by today and check out their mouth-watering chicken and waffles or one of their signature sandwiches piled high with fabulous fixins. And don't forget their legendary roasted chicken. Thurmont Country Kitchen.
Nathan Bosnick walking off just fine to the far sideline. Maybe a little bit slow, but I think he looks to be okay. That's good to see. 2nd and 4. 44 for Catoctin. Bunch formation left side, working left to right. The snap to Bingham. Fakes the handoff, rolls left. There's a defender there. Bingham gets it away as he was being pulled down to the ground. It rolls to the 40, incomplete. And we wait and see if there's intentional grounding. I think there was a receiver in that direction. I think the question is, was he close enough?
I'm not sure there was a legal receiver there.
And it is a penalty. This is going to be intentional grounding. Well, Bingham earlier didn't get the ball out, took the sack. This time he tried his best not to. Gets called for the penalty, intentional grounding. This is a no-win situation right now for Bingham, I feel like. You get that pressure.
Trying to make a play. So from the point of the sack, 5-yard penalty, loss of down.
3rd and 7. Ball brought back to the 35. Or pardon me, the 42. Excuse me, 3rd and 17. 3rd and 17. Ball back to the 42. Catoctin has to reach the 41.
Timeout.
And now a timeout taken by the Cougars. They take a timeout. 3:07 left in the third. Down by 28 here on Cool Oldies 1450.
Locally owned and operated for over 50 years. Winner 9 years in a row for the best of the best in Frederick County. Let our professionally trained staff of certified landscapers transform your yard from a dream to reality. Hawkins Landscaping specializes in elegant and inviting outdoor environments. If you're looking to create, upgrade, or revitalize your outdoor space, call Hawkins Landscaping today at 301-898-3615. That's 301-898-3615. Hawkins Landscaping. When you deserve the best, get the best.
Out of a timeout, 35-7. Catoctin, long way to go. 3rd and 17 in their own territory. Rolling is Big M left side. Passes down the field, and it's caught on the far side. Not far enough for a first down, but a gain of about at least 10, 9 or 10 yards to the 48 of Boonesboro. And it brings up a 4th and 8. That's doable for Catoctin.
Yep, Bingham scrambling to his left again, continuing to look downfield, makes the play, but brings up a 4th and 6. Cougars set to punt.
Yeah, Catoctin decides to punt from midfield. Colton Gray back at his own 40.
Actually, the ball's been set a little too far forward. Makes the decision to punt easier.
So still 4th and about 9. Gray back at his own 40. Returner at his own 20. Gray getting set to punt. Here it comes. Gray's kick is high, maybe a bit short and to the left. Running to his left is Pug. He lets it bounce to the 20 and rolls back to the 18. So not a bad punt. And that is where Boonesboro takes over. Clock stopped. 1:57 left to go in the third. Boonesboro leading 35-7. We'll see what they
just
can
watching
do.
games out of town. Frederick has now taken a 10-7 lead over Middletown. Oakdale 36-0 over Damascus. Let's see if I can find Linganore 35-0.
So they got a running clock.
Yep. South Hagerstown 14-3 over Thomas Johnson. And
That
last night Urbana fell to South River 19-14.
Coach Little, thanks for the update. Handoff goes straight up the gut and some room to work with. Into the secondary and off and running is Boki. He's at midfield. It's a race to the end zone. Tripped up from behind at the 20. A tackle or touchdown saving tackle from behind by Connor Dodson. And Boki slow to get up after racing I would say at least about 60 yards. Flipped the field 60.
Yep.
And now he's having a hard time getting up as he was tackled from behind.
And it looks like a hamstring calf cramp.
That was a good effort.
Yep, great effort. A little counter crisscross action. And Boki clean into the secondary, off like a jet. As you said, about 60 yards plus on the carry. And he's trying to get himself off, and the cramp returns.
Yeah, he's hobbling to the far side of the field, having a hop on his right foot as the coaching staff comes out to aid him to the sideline. 1st and 10 from the 20. Boonesboro comfy lead, 28 points. Main to the shotgun. The snap turns, fakes the handoff. It's dropped in the backfield, and now just falling on top of it is the running back, DeBall, in motion right to left. He just lands on top of it.
and they tried another double reverse type action in the backfield. Just couldn't handle the second handoff or the flip.
So 2nd and 12. Warriors, clock moving. The 22. Main in the shotgun, bunch to the right. 4-3 defense for Catoctin. Main, snap, keeps it himself, straight up the middle, jumps to his right, leans with the left shoulder, down to the 14, gaining 6. Gray the tackle.
A little counter action there with the motion man left to right. Main a little quick fake and then right up where the middle linebacker was.
DeBall getting set for the Wildcat. He takes it. DeBall off the right tackle. Tackled, breaks 1, breaks 2, pulled down by a pair of dark blue uniforms. And he just got enough for the first down, it looks like, at the 10.
Yeah, they moved the chains pretty fast without when it looks close, but
clock stopped at the 31. The ball in the shotgun snap now goes left side. Blockers in front of him. He follows them. Flag comes up. The ball leans and it's tackled hip high at the 5. Flag came up on the far side of the field. We see what the call's going to be with 21 seconds left in the third. 35-7. Boonesboro's leading Catoctin.
That's probably going to be a hold in the interior line.
Holding on the offering.
That is the call. A hold at about the 10. Referees march the ball back to the 20. First and goal from there for the Warriors. Boonesboro trying to run their record of 3-1. Catoctin is 1-2. Two good 1A programs. Main the snap. This time he hands it off left side. Once again, it is DeBall off the inside sweep. Picks up maybe 8 or 9 of those 10 yards back that was just lost. And that will lead us to the end of quarter number 3. That one dominated by the Boonesboro Warriors. A pair of touchdowns have them up 35-7 after 3, and they are close, knocking on the door for another as we begin quarter number 4. We break and come back on Cool Oldies 1450.
Everyone in Thurmont knows and respects Dr. John Hageman at Center of Life Chiropractic and his wife Marcia at Center of Life Pilates for their many years of helping people in need and for the wonderful ways they give back to their community through scholarship and fundraising efforts. Center of Life. For information or to check out their schedule, go online to centeroflife.us today. That's Center of Life Chiropractic and Pilates. Make an adjustment to your life today.
Second and goal from the 12 for Boonesboro as we start the fourth quarter. With Coach Rick Little, I'm Ryan Pierce. You're listening to high school football on Cool Oldies 1450 and the Frederick County Sports Connection as Boonesboro trying to really put this one out of reach and lead to a running clock here if they can score a touchdown.
Yep. Really strong second half for the Warriors when it looked like Catoctin was getting themselves back into it right before the half. Boonesboro came out and kind of straightened things out. Stifling defense, just steady offense.
The two top running backs, Jaden King and Parker DeBall, both have touchdowns in this second half, and a Catoctin player jumps off sides on the line. That will move the ball up 5 more yards and bring up second and goal from the 7.
Yeah, that's that young man, that's at least his second jump into the neutral zone this evening.
Now Maine, who already has 2 passing touchdowns tonight. Running back turned quarterback. He's been quiet in the second half. Hasn't had to do much. with his running backs taking care of the work. Maine rolling to his left, looking to the end zone, now looks to the back of the end zone, under pressure, tries to run down the left side, spun out of bounds, maybe gained 1 or 2 to the 5, and it brings up 3rd and goal from there.
Good secondary work by the Cougars again. Nobody to throw to, had a lot of time, just wandered his way out to the left, tried to buy some more time. Still nobody open. Scampers down and pushed out of bounds at the 5.
3rd and goal. A couple chances here for Boonesboro. They'll almost undoubtedly go for it if they don't get it on this play. On the far hash mark. Maine shotgun. Or this might actually be a... yeah, it is Maine. Takes a snap, sweeps off to the receiver, off to the right side, untouched in the end zone. Touchdown. Landon Solerson, his first touch on offense tonight. And he scores to make it 41-7.
Great blocking, point of attack, that speed sweep. Nobody there. 5-yard touchdown run.
Solerson is 6th carry this season for just 25 yards, but that's his first rushing touchdown. He's a receiver, came off the end around and untouched into the end zone. And now the
go for 2.
Warriors are going to go for 2 here. They've missed a couple extra points, so they're going to go for 2. Trying to make it a running clock, 41-7. Maine keeps it off the right side. Tackled, he dives. He did not get in. So Maine about half a yard short, doesn't get in. 41-7, 11:45 left to go. But Boonesboro does extend their lead. We'll break and come back on Cool Oldies 1450.
Serving our community for over 50 years with quality service at a fair price, Brownie's Auto Repair employs only ASE certified technicians. Brownie's is one of only 33 shops in the state of Maryland designated as an ASE Blue Seal of Excellence repair facility. They want to help you maintain your vehicle in a manner that keeps it trouble-free and fun to drive. Stop by today. That's Brownie's Auto Repair, located on Frederick Street in Walkersville, a proud sponsor of Walkersville High School Athletics.
In front of the dark backdrop of the mountains, can't see a thing outside of a lit field in front of us. Catoctin takes over, down 41-7, 11:45 left to go on Cool Oldies 1450. It's a squib kick. It goes off of the player at the front line. He jumped on top of it, and now Boonesboro thinks they have it. And we wait for the call, and none yet. But clearly Boonesboro thinks they have the football. A player picked it up for Boonesboro. And now the officials are going to come together at the 45-yard line. I believe Boonesboro has it. And that is, I think,
it looked like
the
it
call.
was initially covered by a Cougar.
Yeah.
And in high school football, if I'm on the ground and I cover the ball, I'm down.
And I thought that was what happened, too.
Apparently, he did not control it. And Boonesboro has recovered.
So Warriors take over, leading 41-7 as they try to work this game towards a running clock.
And I don't want to say that was an onside kick. I believe the fact that it hit the front line of the Cougars was just kind of
maybe a missed kick.
Happened, yeah.
Off to the ball, off the left side, down the far sideline, into the secondary, parking the ball all the way up to the 25 before being tackled. And once again, Boonesboro knocking on the door of the red zone.
Getting to the 25-yard line of the Cougars.
They're getting around the edge of the Cougars' defense at will right now.
It is on the 25. Maine shotgun. Back to his right is King, who's been quiet since early on in the third quarter. It's been the Parker to ball show. Handoff off the end around to Solerson. Same play that we saw on the touchdown. This time, though, Solerson tackled just past the line at the 24. Nicely done by the secondary. Leading the way was Lucas Davis.
Yeah, I think his inexperience as a running back, he just misread the block. and then the Cougars were there to hold them to that 2 or 3 yard gain.
Second down, 8 to go, 22 of Catoctin. Boonesboro working left to right underneath the lights in their road whites. In great shape to go 3-1. Main, shotgun, handoff, counter, up the middle, into the secondary, and towards the pylon is Solerson, tackled at the 1. Touchdown saving tackle that time by Lucas Davis.
Counter crisscross, that double handoff to the left and back to the right, and nobody home for the Cougars. Solerson all the way down inside the 1.
And now Boonesboro trying to punch this one in. Wildcat give the running back the ball, and he is in for a touchdown. Parker the ball, his second score of the second half. And it is all Boonesboro, the Warriors 47-7 leading the Cougars.
And the clock should run unless they called timeout.
May have an injured player. We're waiting to see. It is, looks like maybe Boonesboro number 56, JT Griffith. A little bit slow going to the sideline. Doesn't look bad, just kind of limping a bit. Now being attended to by the coaching staff, holding his left ankle. So extra point coming. 40-point lead for Boonesboro. They're up, 20-7 at halftime.
21-7.
21-7 and 26 unanswered in the second half for Boonesboro. They can score quickly. The ball off the end around left side, and he's in for 2, making it 49-7. Boonesboro leading by 42. Now the clock will continue to run as they've gone over the 35-point marker. Well, it looked like at halftime Catoctin was feeling good. They scored right before the half. They came out, and Boonesboro scoring quickly, and then towards the end of the third really turned things on. And you feel for the Cougars because you really only have about 8 or 9 players going both ways.
Yeah,
and one of them is Chase Craker, who's injured.
Yeah, Boonesboro came out in the second half and became Boonesboro, just power football. I don't know if they passed the ball more than 3 times in the entire second half so far. So, yeah, a lot of run game and just using that size, strength, and that committee of running backs. Boonesboro is just so strong.
We brought up Jaden King and Parker the ball at the top, the 2 top running backs for Boonesboro, and they each have 2 touchdowns. King a pair in the first half. Parker now has a pair in the second half. Both of them, they just look like a dynamic duo that's going to be tough to match.
And then you add Bo Key when he's healthy.
Sure.
And the quarterback, Maine, all threats to run the ball.
Really good offense, one of the better we've seen this season. As the kicker, Justin Pezos, this time delivers it deep, and it bounces in the end zone, touchback. With the clock running at 8:45, the clock will be running the rest of the way.
Yep. Unless Catoctin somehow can,
of course,
trim that lead. In the mercy rule, it only stops for timeouts and if the losing team gets inside that 35-point margin.
So 35 right now with 18 and counting. Catoctin trying to put together a really positive drive. Of course, this could go quickly with the clock moving. There's been moments for the Cougars tonight, especially second quarter. They outscore Boonesboro 7-0. They were solid until the end of the third quarter. I do think fatigue probably set in a little bit tonight.
Yeah, and, I don't know if Catoctin needs to change their offense, but they have had some success in the air with Bingham scrambling and completing passes. More of the rollout fashion.
Ball off to the right side. Bingham looking down the field, who had a passing touchdown in the first half. In for the banged-up Chase Craker, and his pass down the right side incomplete. We will be at Walkersville next week. That's going to be a fun one. Frederick at Walkersville.
Yeah. Speaking of Frederick, Middletown regained the lead, 14-10 at Frederick.
Walkersville falling to Linganore, so we could have 2 hungry teams next week. And that score holds up. Exactly 7 minutes left. 2nd and 10. Bingham under pressure. Out to his left. Pump fakes. Looks, sips, and pulled in by the receiver down the sideline of the 36. A flag came out at the last second. Lucas Davis made the tackle.
Again, Bingham just throwing the ball out there, allowing his receivers to make a play.
It was illegal touching.
Illegal touching?
Yeah, I think the receiver stepped out.
Okay.
And then came back in. And
Okay.
was the first person to touch the ball.
So the ruling was the receiver on his pass pattern was out of bounds, came back in, first player to touch the ball, so the penalty.
I looked at the wrong week there, Rick. Urbana at Oakdale. We're at Oakdale next week, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Another good one, yeah.
And the ball loose in the backfield, slid on top of it. Lineman, I think, got it back for maybe Catoctin. Yeah, he did. He was able to slide on top down to the 5 as wheels starting to come off now for the Cougars as they make their way to the finish line. 5:45 left. Good hustle by that lineman, though.
Yep. Fortunate to maintain possession were the Cougars. Sets up a 3rd and very long in the shadow of their own goalposts.
The 3rd and long for the Cougars. On their near hash mark. Bingham, shotgun by the goal line. Claps, snap, drops back for Rush, rolls to his right, has some space and time, heaves it towards the right side. It's caught at the 15. Well short of the first down, but a positive pickup. Wrestled out of bounds. I believe that was Meisner making the catch with the clock moving. 5 minutes left, and now the officials hold their hands up as a player is slow to get up.
And cramp for Meisner.
Yeah, so Meisner, after making the catch, timeout for him. Meisner, what a game he's had the big touchdown of the first half. Been solid defensively, and now a couple catches here in the second, but he's getting worked on by the training staff, and now the coaching staff comes out. Yeah, so Urbana and Oakdale next Friday. That's going to be a lot of fun. 6:30 kickoff, of course, like it is every week, every Friday night here on Cool Oldies 1450. We'll go ahead and break with the injured players down and come back here on the Frederick County Sports Connection.
Centers. Our goal is to provide you with a customized treatment plan using advanced physical therapy and occupational therapy methods and technology. With offices conveniently located in Thurmont and throughout Frederick County, Amber Hill Therapy Centers specializes in sports injuries and sports rehab, back pain, post-surgical rehab, and more. We accept all major insurance plans. Amber Hill Therapy Centers.
Meisner jogging to the sideline, looking like he's moving okay. That's good. The clock continues to move. Under 5 minutes left to go. Catoctin punting from their own 5. There's the kick. It's short. Bounces at 35. Takes an unfortunate bounce for the Cougars and rolls back to about their own 30. So with 4:30 left, that is where Boonesboro begins.
31-yard line where the Warriors will start.
49-7. What's the takeaway tonight for Boonesboro? Is it simply just they know their offense is good and you just got to keep feeding your star running backs, Jaden King and Parker DeBall?
Yep, and we talked about the momentum. It looked like Catoctin maybe had it at halftime. Boonesboro, no panic, come out and just play Warrior football, control the clock, strong run game. Settled things down, played solid defense the entire second half here. Now they're working the clock here, waiting for the referee to give them the countdown.
Maine still out there at quarterback, turns and hands off to the ball as he is tackled after maybe picking up 3 or 4.
Let's check that. Let's see. I think we have some different players in now.
Brody Honeycutt is the new running back. So Honeycutt took the handoff there from Blake Maine, who's still out there. gaining 3. Honeycutt his second touch tonight.
Yeah, looks like Jaden Paul in the backfield with Honeycutt.
So Paul
quarterback is it Nathan Bosnick?
I think we still got May now, 33. We still got May now there.
Yeah, check that. Yeah.
Okay. So Paul in the backfield with Honeycutt. Main snap, turns hands off Paul, off the sweep on the right side, and he's got some space at the 20. To the sideline, pulled down from behind by Davis. Another nice tackle by Davis on the outside. First down for Boonesboro. Clock under 3 minutes left with the Warriors leading 49-7.
14-yard line. That's for
to the 14 is where that play ended up.
Yeah. Just Cougars have run out of gas. All their players hands on hips.
Now at the 14. Shotgun coming for Maine. To his left is his back Honeycutt. Right to Honeycutt, and he's tackled at the line. Maybe picked up 1 or 2.
You got a procedure penalty.
So this brings Boonesboro back a bit. 2 minutes left to go. We talked about. I'm sorry, Coach. We talked about what Boonesboro takes from this for Catoctin. Good in moments, I think, might be the big takeaway.
Yeah. I think Catoctin's having trouble really deciding what their offense is going to be. They want to run the football against stronger teams such as this. They really struggle running the football. As we said, they're averaging scoring 11 points a game. Really not much in the run game, to be honest. So see if Coach Ridenauer sticks with that plan or they try to make some adjustments.
Sweep left side to Paul. He has room down the left sideline, and he is in for a touchdown. Boonesboro piling it on, now leading 55-7. Jaden Paul off the in-about route from right to left, took the little sweep pass and untouched essentially into the end zone. Extra point coming for Boonesboro. With the clock running, this will probably be the last play right here. More of a confidence booster for the kicker. So tough fourth quarter for Catoctin. Fatigue, like we talked about, definitely playing a big role. Pezos getting set for the extra point. Trying to make it 56. His kick is through, and he does. So 30 seconds on a running clock, 56-7. Jaden Paul scores the last touchdown. At 21-7 was a halftime score, and Boonesboro is going to win this one 56-7, scoring 35 points in the second half.
Yep. Just solid high school football by the Warriors.
So that'll do it. The players are going to come out and shake hands. Dominant second half for Boonesboro as Catoctin was threatening at halftime. Boonesboro came out and shut the door. We will take a break and come back with a post-game report here on Cool Oldies 1450.
Of education-based athletics? Well, the value is in what makes it invaluable. That's because school sports aren't just about winning. They're about learning and growing. School sports aren't just about gaining trophies and accolades. They're about learning life lessons, bringing a whole community together, developing character and integrity, having coaches who mentor you, and teammates who become lifelong friends. And you can't put a price on any of that. That's what makes education-based athletics invaluable. Of course, when you participate in school sports, you want to win and become a better athlete, but the purpose is so much greater, becoming a better person. Support your local school sports programs and
And if you have a student, encourage them to get involved.
This message presented by the NFHS and the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
56-7 is the final. The Boonesboro Warriors beat the Catoctin Cougars here tonight on Catoctin's homecoming. It was 21-7 at the half. Thought maybe Catoctin had some momentum, but a complete offensive eruption for Boonesboro in the second, including 2 touchdowns from Parker DeBall, and they win 56-7.
Yeah, I think at halftime it was a decision made that we're just going to run the football.
Yeah.
5 rushing touchdowns here in the second half for the Warriors to just take control of the ball game.
4 touchdowns, 2 each for Parker DeBall and Jaden King, and then Edward Bonke now has touchdowns on back-to-back weeks. That trio is tough. That wing team makes them real tough to stop.
Yep, and and they executed so well. The deception, and if you don't stay home, you don't read your keys perfectly every time, and then you're trying to avoid some big offensive linemen at the same time. Yeah, it's a great offense. It's a great high school offense for small schools that don't have, quote, all those superior speed athletes where you open it up. This is a good running offense. Again, the deception, the timing, they just do it so very well.
Ben Bingham, a passing touchdown coming in for Chase Krager. We hope Chase is okay. Bingham looked good in reserve. That was the one highlight for Catoctin, as he was able to find Levi Meisner, who had a really nice night as a receiver.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I mean, and all Bingham did was he bought himself time on the scramble and then threw the ball up and gave his wide receivers, his athletes, an opportunity to make plays, and they did. Some exceptional catches. The problem with making those exceptional catches, you don't get a whole lot of running room after the catch because you're jumping or diving or whatever. So yards after the catch were few and far between for the Cougars, but they did show some sparks of life offensively in the pass game.
Let's take the last word and look towards next week. Urbana and Oakdale, 2 fun programs. That's going to be a fun one to cover.
Yeah, Urbana they're on the edge of greatness, just not making the plays when they need to. Last night, a tough loss, South River. I look for them to come in fired up, playing their crosstown rivals, Oakdale.
Well, we're looking forward to that. We'll have that coverage here next week. Kickoff at 6:30. A week from tonight, next Friday, Urbana and Oakdale on Cool Oldies 1450, the Frederick County Sports Connection. Can't wait to have you join us for that one. For Tyler Wilhelm, Michael Betteridge, and Coach Rick Little, and everybody who tuned in, I'm Ryan Pierce signing off as Boonesboro takes the win. They move to 3-1. Catoctin falls to 1-3. We'll talk with you next week from Oakdale.
Good night, all.
Don't worry, if you can't make it to the game or miss the broadcast, all of our high school sports games are archived and available online at WTHUradio.com.